first.
Yes.
Because he would not have learned those lessons. He would have had to learn them off of Nate Diaz, which would have been a very, very tricky thing to do. Now he's gone through that fight. He knows he can take a punch, but he also knows that he can get hit clean and will get sat down.
Dropped. Yep.
He knows that he's got to manage his gas tank and that he has a tendency to get drawn into a brawl, which, again, had that Burns fight not happened, Nate Diaz could have done that to him. So I think, unfortunately for Nate, you're going to have a more mature, more well thought out. But this is 5 rounds, you guys. 5 rounds. Can you learn in one fight how to manage a championship level fight?
It's so his personality too, right? To get drawn into those types of fights. It's like it is his personality. Like, if you're fighting Khamzat Chimaev, I would always say fight his ego, right? Just go for it and be like, come on. From the moment they start, be like, let's go. You know how sometimes fighters hit their gloves or they hit each. Do that to him right away. He will stand right in front of you. He'll fight you because it's his personality and everything that he does.
But one has to wonder how much did he learn? You're talking about him maybe not taking Nate as seriously. So
well, that's what I think is that
right?
he might be. You can still underestimate Nate. Like you could still realize those things and be like, but Nate's the easy fight. So like he can't do that. Like, hopefully he doesn't do that because then that's when he's going to run into problems.
And we are, just a reminder, since this is a weigh-in show, we are still waiting on Chimaev to weigh in, hearing that it is very tight in terms of making weight for him. Daniel Rodriguez is on the scale right now.
D-Rod headed up to the scales, took this fight on slightly short notice, so we've got to catch weight here. He said the other day on Wednesday that he woke up on weight, so I don't imagine we're going to have any issues here. Looking a slightly less cut than usual, but this guy is all action when he fights. He has, let's hear the weight. I'm gonna say it.
Well, we missed it.
Wheel, 179, I see it up in the corner, made weight. He has the highest significant strike rate in UFC history. That man right there lands 8.24 strikes per minute, which is wild.
Insane.
It is wild, especially in that division.
And remember, that's a catch weight.
Yeah, this is, I love Malaginho, Jailton. I mean, Alan Jouban put me under this guy, so I've been watching him, and he's something else. I mean, this guy comes out, and he is just a physical specimen. He can fight in 2 different weight classes, whether that's heavyweight or light heavyweight. He's 16-0. All 16 wins have been by finishes. He's from Bahia, and that's the birthplace of Samba and Capoeira. So he's very charismatic, and he embraces those Afro-Brazilian roots. So when you see him, like, he's always dancing. And dancing, and he's like, he's a very
216.5, the official weight for Malaginho, Jailton Almeida.
Crazy. They're fighting at 220, so 216.5. So no confusion. Dude can grapple.
He can grapple.
And he is athletic and he's explosive.
He's quick to his shot.
So fast, man.
Yeah, coming in on an 11-fight winning streak. All right, let's talk quick questions, quick answers, a little Modelo rapid fire.
Okay.
RJ, do we have some Modelos that we can, I mean, it's never too early,
Laura's
right?
got to start drinking again.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Not here.
9:37.
It's 9:37
But it's 5 o'clock
in the
somewhere.
morning.
Somewhere in this world, it's 5 o'clock.
All right, you guys ready for the first question? Why RJ brings up the Modelos? More likely, Diaz slaps Chimaev or throws up the middle finger. Slaps Chimaev or throws up the middle finger.
I don't think he wants to get that close. I think we're going to see him throw up the middle finger.
Okay.
I'm gonna say middle finger.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to say tries to slap him. He's going to at least try to slap him. In the combination, he's going to try to slap him. Yeah. Well, Khamzat said if he does, he's going to just take him down and slap him over and over again. So I think he'll try to slap him.
Can you imagine if he wrist wraps him and just starts slapping him?
Oh, that would be the end of the name.
That'd be crazy. By the way, it's 5 o'clock in London.
You see? So 5 o'clock somewhere. I told you.
Cheerio. Cheers.
Rest in peace to the Queen. Rest in peace to the Queen. Very sad.
That was sad.
You don't drink, huh?
I don't drink.
Are you just learning this? The guy's been with us for years.
I didn't know. I mean, I asked Dean. We talk about other stuff, man.
He has 4 guest host appearances this year. You don't know that?
We talk about other stuff that's real cool.
I know.
You know what?
Do you not remember?
Get outside of your little bubble.
You and I slammed these, and Dean was here.
Yeah, I was here. You know, but me and him, we be thugging. You know?
Yeah, we got here thugging. We out in the streets, dog.
All right. Okay.
So we don't talk about it.
Here's one for Dean.
All right.
Here's one for
Here you
Dean.
go,
Take one for me.
Pour
All
one
right.
out for the
Next
homie.
question. Buy or sell? Khamzat Diaz goes into the 3rd round.
I'm going to sell that if I'm forced to. I want it to, but I'm selling.
Okay.
I think it does. I'm buying.
Hear the crowd cheering.
I can't really do that. I can't really pick that.
You can't pick that. All right, you're out.
Yeah.
You're right.
What are you guys doing?
Fact or fiction? Nate Diaz shows up at the ceremonial weigh-in later this afternoon.
Fact. I think he'll show up with 75 people with him.
Fiction. He's not showing up.
I'll say fact. Yeah, I think he'll go. He usually goes.
Okay.
If you're potentially going into free agency, you need as much buzz about you.
That's what I mean. There's camera time. You're there. Yeah, why not? All right. If Chimaev wins, who do you want to see him fight next?
I wouldn't. I mean, y'all are gonna hate me for this. I wouldn't mind watching him fight Leon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I'm assuming
Really
that
Colby. Let's go, Colby.
Wow, you get to
I
just
want
switch.
Colby. Yep.
Yeah, well, she
I
goes
do,
first.
'cause
She
I
can
go
do whatever
first.
she wants.
I don't have time to think about this like you do.
Your boyfriend, Hakman Chamada. What's his name?
Yeah.
Hakman Chamada. What's his name again?
Yeah, you see, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem, right? Like Shavkat.
I've seen Rockman.
His name is Shavkat. Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Yeah, him.
Shavkat Rakhmonov.
That's who I want, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
Shavkat.
good. That would be good.
Because that'll be fun. Because Colby Covington won't fight this dude, I don't think.
That's a good answer. I change again.
Yeah.
All right. I would.
It's a woman's prerogative, isn't it?
Of course, we're assuming that Edwards Usman is going to take place in the next year or so. Okay, so true or false, this is the last fight of Nate Diaz's UFC career.
UFC career.
But the
Oh.
next batch of challengers won't be
True.
so easy.
True. I don't want it to be
Let the
true. I
second
think it's
match
true.
begin.
True.
I believe true. Yeah, true.
Okay.
He's, it's,
You think it's
there's
it?
some news coming down the pipe on the Chimaev situation that I will not share.
Oh, you're not going to share?
Don't even. Hey, I got my phone. You got me looking at my phone, right? I'm just looking.
Yeah, no, you were just texting. I thought
Yeah,
maybe
little
you're
news
just getting
coming
up
down.
the
Little news
latest
coming down.
Video on, DC's YouTube page.
Oh, it will be up there.
yeah.
Oh, whatever happens is coming up.
Yay or nay, Chimaev will be a champ.
Yay. I think he's got everything it takes to be champion eventually. Yay.
Really?
Negative. I don't think so.
I think he's going to be a champion.
Wow.
What makes I want to turn this into a discussion? Sorry, it's not my show, but why?
I just don't think that he has what it takes to the level of like professionalism that you have to
not
be like
seasoned enough?
yeah, just you have to be polished to be a champ.
I just had a thought. I just had a crazy thought, but I can't share it on air. But boy, I had a crazy thought. I just
Why
had the
would you bring
craziest
it
thought.
up?
I just had the craziest thought for in case something happens with a missed weight. Oh my God, I just had the craziest thought. Dean, let me see your pen. I'm gonna share this with you.
Yeah,
Okay?
tell me.
This is so.
Look.
Yes.
All right. So look. All right. I know I'm keeping.
Talk us through it.
No, I'm not talking. I'm not.
Okay, so what's
All
the
right,
point
I
of
guess
this
you
exercise?
I guess you and I are going to continue with this
All right,
show.
well, I'd like to ask you, which underdog do you trust most this weekend, Tony Ferguson or Johnny Walker?
I like Johnny Walker. I like Johnny Walker because I think Johnny Walker is in a process of maturing. And we've seen it in his last few fights. And, I mean, we know how devastating he can be. So, yeah, I like him.
All right.
Johnny Walker for sure. I think Johnny Walker's going to win. In fact, because in his head, like his story about the CBD is real. So if it's in his head, if it's real to him.
A very good way to put
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Do you even know what we're talking about?
No, I literally don't.
Underdog, Johnny Walker, Tony Ferguson. Who do you like?
Who's the better underdog?
Johnny Walker. Yeah, Johnny Walker. Tony Ferguson with the leech. That's not good.
Taking that?
Nah,
Okay,
good.
Tony Ferguson, speaking of, has to get this fight to the ground to win. Fact or fiction?
Yes. Fact. Sorry. Yes was not one of the answers. Fact. He's got great striking, but he doesn't have the firepower to hang with the leech on the feet.
I wouldn't even say he has great striking. It's effective sometimes.
Creative.
It's effective, but he's got to get this fight down.
Tony Ferguson has to get the fight down to win.
Daniel!
Am I going to have to repeat the question every time you're up, big boy?
That guy, fought for a living. Yeah, he's got to take him down. He's got to take him down. He'd be served well by taking him down and trying to emulate Khamzat Chimaev, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, true or false, Kevin Holland, a top 10 welterweight?
True. I think, he absolutely has what it takes to be top 10 welterweight.
True.
Thumbs up.
He's not even talking anymore.
True.
Brandon Moreno was the first
Well, he
Mexican.
was in the top 10 at middleweight, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
at one point he was.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not ranked now in
He will
either.
be. He will
yeah.
be.
Brandon Moreno, the first Mexican-born UFC champ and holds the interim title currently. Who's the next Mexican-born fighter most likely to wear UFC gold?
This one's tough because you've got Yair knocking on the door, but he's knocking on Volkanovski's door.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You've got Irene Aldana knocking on Amanda Nunes' door, and you've got Alexa Grasso knocking on Valentina Shevchenko's door.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Of those three, I'm actually going to go Irene Aldana because I think she might. I could see Amanda retiring in like a year or so, and then Irene being able to slide up there. What is he writing now?
I'm going with Alexa Grasso because it's not about them being able to beat the champ, because the way things shake out, you have to be able to beat most of in the top 5.
Yeah.
So I think Alexa Grasso has the best chance of beating the most in the top 5 to become champ.
I try to give you the answer. It's going to be Yair, because Yair is going to win the interim championship, because although he's saying now he doesn't want that, when the opportunity gets presented to him, if he fights against Josh Emmett, he will be the favorite in an interim title fight. They never said a full-on champion.
Changing the rules again.
I'm not changing the rules. Nobody said who's going to wear a UFC belt is what the question was. I think that Yair can wear the interim champion. He has a better chance than Irene and Alexa Grasso. So, there you go.
Just change the rules.
That was not changing the rules, Laura.
It kind of was.
Guys in my ear, did I change the rules? No? Okay. They said no. The guys in the truck said no. I did not change the rules.
Okay.
All right, Anton Turkalj, the pleasure man, who was on Dana White's Contender Series this year, did not get a contract, short notice call to fight on this card against Jailton Almeida, and here is the pleasure man.
The most aggressive nickname on all the card. And he is a very aggressive fighter. He comes forward on the feet. He's got some very powerful grappling. Super exciting fighter. Had an insanely long amateur career, which I think has propelled him in his professional career. Was 27-3 as an amateur. He's now 8-0 with 5 knockouts. But he says that his best attributes as a fighter.
214, the official weight for Anton Turkalj.
His best attributes as a fighter are his speed, his nice teeth, and his tongue, which was a lot to listen to.
He's
his Contender Series.
He's a very entertaining guy, having studied him.
He said he's here to pleasure everybody.
Yeah,
so
well,
just
I
FYI.
mean, who's not? Let's be honest. All right, so that is being fought at a catchweight at 220, and this news just coming in about a fight on the main card. Irene Aldana and Macy Chiasson now being fought at a catchweight of 140. They just agreed to this. Not sure if both of them were struggling, but Chiasson has had a history of weight issues, so it's going to be at 140, not 135.
On the day of weigh-ins, like I've never met a person willing to work with me on the day of weigh-ins. Like, yo, man, I've never.
Like,
I mean, they both had catchweight fights in their last fight.
Yeah, so maybe that's why, because I'm like, yo, man, I'm kind of.
She's like, I'm
struggling out here. You want to? Can we go 210? Like, bro, when I fought Anderson 2 days before, when I found out Jones was out, I was like, yo, Dana, just let us go 210. He was like, DC, I got you a fight. Make the weight, man.
Yeah.
It was like, come on, man, just let me go 210. They just nobody's willing to work with me.
It'd certainly make life a lot easier, wouldn't it? If you could just find a dance partner who's like, yeah, that's no
sure,
problem.
Whatever.
Yeah.
210, yeah.
Yeah.
Irene Aldana is Macy Chiasson on board like, yo, hell with this last 5 pounds. We good. You good? I'm good.
I don't see. I mean,
what's annoying is one person has done all the work and already made it, and the other person's like,
maybe they did. But
that's
maybe
the question.
they did.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe they both were gonna miss.
Yeah.
But that's a terrible precedent, really, because if somebody's going to do that once, now you're setting it that a lot of people are going to be like, yo, I'm just going to talk to my man, and then we can just do it at a catchweight.
That's the question, right?
That's a terrible precedent to be setting to allow them to do
the fact that it's working. Like, I mean, you could ask, like, I wonder if it was Macy that goes, hey, Irene don't speak English either, so she's got to bring a translator over. She's like, hey, come over here real quick. Let's go talk to Irene. And she's like, hey,
she speaks decent English.
I know.
Irene speaks English? But come on.
What a terrible
She
game.
spoke Spanish when she came into the fighter meeting with us.
Well, she didn't want to talk to you, clearly. And what a crazy game of Russian roulette, right? If you're counting on your opponent. And
I know.
No way, dude. We're not doing that.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would do that. Like,
Well,
if
you're
somebody
old
was
school,
like,
dude.
if somebody was like, hey, man, you want to just do the weight? And I'm like, no.
You can't plan on it, but if you like the matchup and you feel like confident against your opponent, regardless, and I mean, Macy, she said she's been running 40 miles a week trying to get down to bantamweight. I mean, she's a big girl.
That's not true.
You know what? But
that's not true. Macy's not running 40 miles a week.
Are you calling her a liar?
Bro, who runs 40 miles a week?
Apparently, Macy Chastain.
What do you mean, dude?
How many do you run a week, Hellcat?
I don't run. I play basketball.
So you guys think that? But do you guys think that people are actually running 40 miles a week? He's a triathlon or whatever it is, a triathlete. When you're fighting for championship fights, boxers
5 miles a day.
Yeah, that's
boxers
not,
when they
5
run.
miles a day.
Boxers when they. So 5 miles a day equals 40 miles a week. Both of you said this.
Roughly.
I mean,
35.
So 5 times 7 is 40.
5.5 miles
5
a
times
day.
7 is 40. Wow. Bro, I'm just saying.
We're
There's obviously
estimating.
8 days in a week now, right? So Monday's twice.
Estimating.
Hey, come on.
You guys are ridiculous. And you two both went to college for this.
It's not that
These and I
much.
just kind of showed up. You two went to college for this.
You went to Oklahoma State. I went to Tennessee. She went to some tiny school in Missouri.
They took, hey, but listen.
I'm from the streets and I can do math.
That's what I'm saying, D.
Hey, that's why I got into broadcasting.
But no, but here's the deal, right? Like, boxers, you run a mile per round. Fighters, me, I ran a mile per round.
You're a
per championship fight.
heavyweight.
Doesn't matter.
Per day, right?
Guys,
It's a 5-round fight.
Hellcat, I heard that you went back to Tennessee. You mentioned Tennessee.
Yeah.
Did you go back?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at it.
What? What are we doing?
Back when you were in college, Hellcat. Let's go. Guys, flash the Hellcat.
What can we possibly be doing here?
Let's see it. There he is! The old Tennessee volunteer right there.
Oh my goodness.
That's old black and white photo, too, right? How old is he?
Donovan, that's my freshman year of college. That's the fraternity.
Look like Wally Cleaver.
He looked like Wally Cleaver. He got some
Wally Cleaver.
Boy, got shoulder pads in his. He got shoulder pads in his jacket.
That necklace, though. That was a solid 200.
I bet you were drowning in it, man.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
The Hellcat got shoulder pads in that old jacket.
That's how you did the suits,
Drowning.
dog.
Let's see right here. Hey, this dude's just here for the Modelo's. You look like I mean, he show up to drink.
Who doesn't show up to drink?
You do.
What does that say there? Oh, just here for the. There's no doubt about that. RJ, can I get another? I'm almost done.
Bartender.
Hey, can I ask you guys this?
Can we get on track?
Yeah, can I ask you guys this question? If Chimaev, he's obviously having issues making weight, does he go to Nate and say, let's fight at that weight?
Oh, could you imagine?
What does Nate say?
Nah, fuck you, dog. Nah, dog, get out my face, dog. This bullshit.
Because Nate said they really have no problem, right?
Ain't no way Nate's gonna do that.
Nate ain't doing that.
No.
But that's the difference.
Nate's gonna ask for more. Shut up.
But still, that's the difference, though. That's the difference between a guy in the main event and people fighting just to start a card. It's like, or the main card. It's like, Nate's like, no, I ain't doing that. Especially if he made the weight. Chimaev's done if he don't make the weight. Nate ain't playing with that dude. Come on, Hellcat.
For the right price,
Yeah,
he
for
might.
the right price, he might.
If he gets, if
If he's a
Chimaev's
pound
close,
overweight, maybe.
Yeah, if Chimaev's close, and then they throw a little bit more in there, I could see him taking it.
I mean, they probably have
Wants
to.
to be
They'd have to
done.
throw a
He
lot
wants
more
his
in there.
chapter closed.
It would have to be a lot
They'd
of
have to
money.
throw a lot more in there because he already feels like he's at a disadvantage. Like they know he kind of.
But dog, you
goes
heard
to
him
the
this
wolves.
week say stuff like, man, they acting like I want this fight. No, I didn't want to fight this dude. He'd be like,
We've heard both things from his camp and from Nate that are actually polar opposites, right? He wanted the fight, then he didn't want the fight. We do know that he is in the building right now. We're hoping to talk with him on the weigh-in show, but here's a deeper look. We're hoping to.
no chance.
Probably not going to happen. Let's take a look at Nate Diaz.
They offered me Hamza, but Hamza is a new guy.
Good. Keep pressure on him.
I just asked for like 5, 6, 7 of the top guys, and you gave me none of them. And now you're gonna give me the guy that hadn't earned his keep, haven't done his thing. Have him fight Burns. Have him fight Burns. If you can beat Burns, then I'll fight. You know what I'm saying? Here we are now. He did his thing. So I got a fight on my hands.
Never reluctant to fight. Only insistent that the opponent is the toughest possible challenge. Such has always been the demand for Diaz.
Conor relaxed and smiling.
All right, here's Nate. We told you Nate was in the building, and he is coming to the scale as we speak. A fist bump for the commission. And
171, the official weight for Nate Diaz.
He looks good. I mean, Nate always looks good at 170. 171, no problem for him. Got that kangaroo flex.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That angry kangaroo flex going.
He fist bumped the commission. So that's a good sign, right? When Nate's like happy and like in good spirits. You gotta give him his props.
He's cool with the commission now that they let him
now they let him
smoke and do whatever.
all right, let's talk gangsters.
Rogan just called me. So I'm like, I want to know what he got to say. Because you know him and his theories. Rogan might know some stuff.
Yeah. All right. Talking about gangsters, Nate, one of the great gangsters in UFC history, which made us think, let's have a top 5 list of the top 5 gangsters of all time in UFC.
Are we going with me first?
Of course.
All right, listen, I enjoyed putting this list together, and I might have gone a different direction with it because we can think of a gangster as a guy who takes a fight anytime, any place. I went the direction of guys who are actually about that life, who may or may not have ties to actual crime syndicates. Just allegedly. I mean, I'm sort of joking about that, but if anything has taught me, what Narcos has taught me anything, it's that crime syndication is pretty cool.
Great show.
It is a great show. All right. Number 1.
They paying you for that?
No.
Don't do that and they'll get paid.
No free shout-outs. No free shout-outs.
Nate Diaz. I have to put Nate Diaz number 1. And for him, it's his sense of loyalty and like code. He will not break the code. He will not play the game. He will not do stuff just because it's cool to do, and that is incredibly gangster. Jorge Masvidal, number 2. Obvious reasons. He is Tony Montana personified. Number 3, Leon Edwards. For people who don't know, Leon Edwards, when he's on the mic, pretty quiet guy, fairly shy, but in real life, oh my goodness.
He's top boy.
He is
Shut
top
up.
boy.
I call him Duchesne.
Yeah, really great show, by the way. That is a great show.
God dang, dude, these dudes
In
just not
London,
paying.
listen, in London, when he and Jorge got into it, they had to get Jorge out of there because there was a crew coming down from Birmingham, allegedly. Then we got Khamzat Chimaev, Chechnyan gangster, and then my rogue choice here, my man, well, your man, Blagoy Ivanov. The man got stabbed in the heart.
You win, bro.
Stabbed in the heart.
I think you win, Laura.
Really?
I swear to God, I think you win.
I mean, that is a
I don't even want to
gangster
say
list.
my list right now. I think Laura wins.
Wait a minute, you gotta hear my list though. You gotta hear my list.
I'm giving up.
I gotta say my list though. All right, I got first George Masvidal. I know him from the streets. He runs up on people, so he's about that life. He's real. 2 and 3, I got Nick and Nate. So you know they fight you for lunch money. And then number 4, I got Hector Lombard. His reputation speaks for itself in the gyms. He's been kicked out of every gym in the country, in the world. And then the number 1 gangster of all time to ever fight in the UFC, without question, Lee Murray. He's still in prison.
Yeah, Lee Murray's
that's
still in jail.
right.
Still in prison.
Is he the one that robbed
Dean, I think you won.
the bank?
Dean, I think you won, Dean.
I
Biggest
forgot about
cash
that.
robbery in world
I
history.
think Dean won.
forgot
How
about that. Dean won.
It was like 80 million
Dean
pounds.
won.
All right, I'm ready, man.
Lee Murray.
I got this lame.
Forgot.
Nate Diaz 1, Nick Diaz 2, Khamzat Chimaev 3, Kevin Holland for all the reasons I told you yesterday, going up to dudes with 30 people and still talking his talk, walking his walk. And then you know what, man? Honestly, Tony Ferguson, he's so crazy. He carries that baseball. What is he gonna do with that baseball?
I don't think he knows.
What's he doing with
That
a baseball?
baseball's gangster,
What's he got
dog.
a baseball
And
for?
when he dresses like he's a 1930s gangster, right? He has that vest on with the hat. He be looking bad too.
Bleached
Don't he be looking.
Well, I've been
That's your
called.
list?
That's my list. I'm
You're
sorry.
you're kind of a prisoner of the moment on that
Yeah,
list.
I am, I
You're
am.
trying to use everybody from this card?
I'm sorry, boys.
Okay. All right.
Well, I've been called pretty gangster myself over the years.
Clearly.
As you can imagine. So I think I
Long
was
Beach gangster,
yeah,
dog.
very much so. So Khamzat Chimaev, number 5, because Chechen gangster. He's seen some shit. Anthony Smith. He took a knee from John Jones, could have been champion, and said, No, I'm going to keep fighting because I'm a gangster.
Yeah, but wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. He let a robber give him a you know what I'm saying?
It was a back and forth tussle. And at the end of the day, the guy's behind bars, right?
The robber got him. He let the bad guy, he let the robber win.
Yeah, he let the robber win. He got a couple shots in.
Hey,
yeah, dude,
me on meth versus DC would be close, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good equalizer.
Meth is
you know what I mean? And also, if you have a chance, ask Anthony about his run-ins with the law in his days in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Really?
It's worth buying him a beer and say, Give me 10 minutes of stories. It'll be worth that.
I would love some story time with Anthony Stein.
He's good.
He'd be good.
You would love it, yes. Ioana Jędrzejczyk, she put the fear of God in her entire division when she was champion. That was pretty gangster. Chael Sonnen, gangster from Westland, Oregon. The guy's Teflon. No matter how much trouble he gets in, that is true. Still around, no matter what. And then Lee Murray, #1. The dude tried to almost escaped from prison. That's how gay. Like they can't even keep him in prison.
Here's the problem.
That's how crazy he is. That's how gangster he is.
I never wanted to impart myself in that, but I mean, outside of Bagoy, I'm the only one on the roster that ever got shot.
Word?
Yeah. So
I doubt that very much.
I got shot.
You got shot?
We just signed it. We just signed a kid on Contender Series that shot like 7
he got
times.
shot. He got shot 7
That
times.
was crazy.
So, yeah, he got shot more than me.
Who was that again?
I don't
got shot.
remember. He was the only one that
I
survived.
got shot in the side one time. No, I'm a real gangster.
Cedricus Dumas.
Cedricus, yeah. But my name ain't Cedricus. But again, you know, they look at me up here smiling. They forget I got one floating up in me. You know, they put one in me.
DC, can you go a little faster with your Modelo?
No.
I would just like to say thank you to Modelo, the official beer of the UFC, for bringing you the weigh-in show today. You can scan the QR code or visit ordermodelo.com to shop for Modelo delivery and pick up and stock up for UFC 279 this weekend. Modelo is a brand that came from small beginnings and never gave up. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. All right, you guys know we all have kids here, and they're all back in school.
Yes.
So it is that time. So we're going to do a little back-to-school trivia game, and it's elementary. Okay?
Okay.
It's very easy. All of you guys should be able to get this, DC. Even
So is this for the belt?
Yeah, because, by the way, I'm the current champion.
But you're getting
I'm the
stripped for
reigning
inactivity.
belt holder. And I've won 3 times in a row, which has never been done before. It's a
He's
three-peat.
been on a team that's won.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit.
Calvin Cater. Calvin Cater, thank you.
That don't really count.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit a little bit. This ain't no team sport.
Yeah.
Of course it's a team sport. All right, we're going to figure this out.
dude
Are you guys ready?
All right, let's go.
You got the whiteboards?
I'm ready.
This is about how many you can get right out of 15. I got 15 questions lined
All right,
up
let's
for
go
you.
quickly.
How many days are there in a leap year? How many days are there in a leap year?
Yo, my marker doesn't work. My marker doesn't work, guys. I'm just going to blurt mine out whenever it's done. Ready?
Okay, let's turn them.
366.
Okay, turn them. 366. Senko has 363. And the correct answer is 366 days. So Senko
Laura,
down
you take 2
1.
days
Very
off.
abnormal. I'm a little surprised by that.
Jesus, Laura.
All right, if I had 8 dozen eggs, how many would I have in total? 8 dozen eggs, how many eggs total?
My marker doesn't work again, guys. I'll just blurt it out.
All right. Are
96.
Wet ready? Flip them. Oh my God. Oh my God. Senko said 816.
My marker doesn't work,
What
guys.
is going on?
I can't do this.
816?
I can't do this.
816?
No, it's not what I put. It's not
What is
what
happening?
I put.
So,
literally
you need more
can't
sleep.
concentrate right
You need
now.
more sleep. All right, here we go. Okay, 96 eggs is the answer. Did anybody get that right?
I got it.
Okay.
I did too. I said 96.
No, he didn't.
I don't think you did.
Guys, listen to
He did say
I see. Okay,
96.
okay, very good.
He did
All
say
right.
96.
So Senko was 0 for 2.
Jesus, thank
Okay, what do we call an angle that's less than 90 degrees? What do we call an angle that's less than 90 degrees?
I don't know that.
Okay, I think Senko's getting back on track here.
Thank you.
I have no idea what that is.
Okay,
Wait. Oh,
an angle less than 90 degrees. All right, hold on, don't turn them yet. We're gonna show the answer here in the video wall.
I have
Acute
no
angle.
idea.
Who got acute angle?
I did.
45, acute. Good job, Dino. All right, Senko's on the
Dean's
board.
good. Wow.
Okay, here's one. This should be really easy.
Dean has never won the belt.
I had it for a hot second.
I think
Okay.
you
Had
did.
it for a second.
Okay, how many sides does an octagon have? How many sides does an octagon have? DC, why are you looking at Dean's answer? All right, let's
Did you have to
show
cheat for that?
No, I already. I was
the
I was
wall.
telling him.
8 sides, of course, in an octagon. Everybody got
I
that
was
right.
telling
Thank
Dean.
God.
That
How
would've
many
been
seconds
humiliating.
makes up 1.5 hours? How many seconds makes up 1.5 hours?
I have no idea.
That's a lot.
Wait.
How many seconds?
How many seconds makes up
Wait,
1.5
wait up,
hours? Yeah, the wheels are
How many
churning.
hours?
1.5.
Okay. Okay, I got it. I think I got it, actually. I might actually have this.
All right.
I want
Okay.
the show to go away.
Reveal in the wall.
missed it.
5,400 seconds.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I
Only
missed- I
Dean
missed
got
a
it
zero.
correct.
Damn.
I
Genius.
am hearing that Hamzat is in the building.
Okay.
So
Well, Dean actually has not missed one.
is Dean
I'm a
perfect?
5th grader.
I'm a kindergarten.
All right. While we wait for Hamzat, let me ask you, who wrote Romeo and Juliet? Who wrote Romeo and Juliet? I mean, this should be one of the top 2 or 3 easiest answers on the entire
Come on.
card. Who wrote Romeo and Juliet? William Shakespeare. Senko, get that? Okay, very good. All right.
Dude, y'all gotta stop
What?
feeding Dean answers.
What is the antonym of beautiful? What's the antonym of beautiful? Okay, the antonym of
Oh,
beautiful
wait. I want to say
is
my answer before you put it, please.
Grand reveal. Ugly. All right.
I actually got it. I was trying to change it.
Wow.
Oh, my
Good.
God.
Oh, okay.
Come on, dude. Dean can't just get all...
Name the 16th president of the United States. I mean, this is not easy, unless you have every president memorized. Oh gosh, Senko.
I don't
Good Lord.
know.
No, this is bad.
All right,
Wait.
DC has no idea.
Wait.
I have no idea.
Hint, it's not George Bush. Okay.
Wait. Stop.
And the
stop.
answer is?
I know.
God, I didn't even put a number. I didn't even put nobody. I
Senko got
thought
it?
he was like the second
I
one.
got it too.
I thought Abraham Lincoln was like second. What is wrong with me?
You're trying to throw me off?
No, I didn't think he was the 16th.
That I mean, right?
Abraham Lincoln was like the second or third.
That's what I thought.
16th?
It was like George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
Thomas
That's what they taught me about school, dog.
Man, where
They
you
didn't
go to
teach me
school
that.
at?
I went to school on the north side of Lafayette, Louisiana. They gave me the wrong shit, man.
Man,
Okay.
Jesus.
What state is Mount Rushmore located in? What state is Mount Rushmore located in? Okay, the
Wait,
state that
hold on.
Mount Rushmore is located in is...
I changed it to south.
That was smart. That was really smart. It was a last-minute deal. I was
know.
thinking about giving you a hint, but you got it on your own.
Got it there.
How many years has Earth been in existence?
Has Earth what?
Been in existence. How many years has Earth been around?
I mean, how the hell would I know
I went
that?
to a Christian school that taught creationism, so
Yeah.
I'm going to say
All
25,000
right, well, you can put that down there.
I have no idea. I mean, years.
No one really knows this, by the way, right?
I don't think
Like, this
anybody
isn't like an
really
accepted,
knows. I don't know if there's a definitive
specific
answer
fact.
for this. Okay, how many years has Earth been around? All the things, 4 billion years, that 50 billion. I mean,
600?
some 600 years. You see what a dumbass? Oh my God. Name a famous emperor of the Roman Empire. A famous emperor of the Roman Empire. And it may or may not be a Vegas casino.
Dude, you can't do that.
Wow, why would you do that?
Well, you guys have already done it. All right, Caesar,
I had his
Nero.
last name.
No, but she can't go. No, but that's the problem. Laura has that wrong.
Caesar
What do you mean?
Augustus?
It's Julius Caesar.
But Caesar Augustus was another famous Roman.
No, but I
The Bible.
No, but stop. Wait, stop.
Whoa.
Well,
Yeah. You all
here's
spelled
the
Caesar
question.
wrong.
No, I spelled it right. But I should get the point only.
No.
Because she went too far saying Caesar Augustus. That was the wrong guy.
All right, Dean's in
Yes.
the lead, 876. Here we go.
Because she put it wrong.
What is the second book of the Harry Potter series? The second book of the Harry Potter series. Every single 5th grader in the world knows the answer to this question. I do not.
I hope I
I
got
have
this
no
right.
idea. I have no idea.
Dude, if someone has one of them right, look, if somebody has the name of a book
I have
right.
an idea.
Come on, this is crazy.
Okay, let's go.
Wait,
Let's
wait.
reveal the second book in the Harry Potter series, The Chamber of Secrets.
I put the Sorcerer's Stone.
I put Sorcerer's Stone at
And the
first.
nerdy
I
white
changed it to
kid.
Deadly Hallows.
That's great. That's great. All right, last question here. Past tense for the word cut.
Past tense.
Past tense for the word cut. Give it to me.
Wait, cut in what regard? Like cut
Like
from the
cut.
UFC?
Yes.
Cut, like what?
Cut. What's the past tense for the word cut?
I don't know.
Then to right, I don't know.
All right, can't win. DC, you can't win. Flip them. It's the same. Dean wins
Boom!
it. Dean Thomas.
Smartest of all time.
Wow. Let's slide this
I have
fella
never in my
over,
life
dog.
seen. I've never. It was a.
Congratulations.
It was like,
What is
the
this?
recess bell. That's the bell. Time to go to lunch. What side you going to? The cold side or the hot side? What you eating today? Cold or hot lunch? Now I'm going to the hot side.
Recess is here.
Dean, could I say this?
Dino.
That was a beautiful performance.
It
I've
was.
never in my life.
It was.
I think you went 15 for 15.
I did, because the question was name a famous emperor. Nero was an emperor.
He
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
So I got him all right.
Dang.
He wasn't the one y'all was looking for, but he was one. I'm just gonna put the belt right here.
Dude, that was, I mean, it was beautiful.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
I've never in my life seen a more brilliant performance.
Thank you very much.
You are a very, very cultured and smart
Well,
man.
I read a lot.
That
I
was good.
study. I'm very studied.
That was so
You
crazy.
were reading last night? I'm like, what
Yeah.
did you do last night? I was reading.
Yeah.
That was so crazy.
Well,
Like,
right individual.
I literally had no idea you were like this smart.
Smart?
Well, these questions were for elementary school kids.
Yeah, but it was still hard.
It's because he doesn't drink. It's like cheating.
But I think that's the
agree.
problem, right? I think
That's why I can't do math right now.
I think that's the
Well, you've
problem,
had,
right?
like,
Like
3-6.
we're so far removed from those questions.
It is.
Ask me something college level.
Well, I will in a few minutes, but
All right,
let's
next
get back.
fighter
This
to
is a
the
weigh-in
scale,
show.
the
Macy
10th ranked
Chasson
UFC
is
women's
stepping to the
bantamweight contender
the
competing
scale
at
right
a
now. Remember, this
catchweight
was
of
originally
140 pounds
scheduled
on Saturday
as a
night.
bantamweight
Macy
bout.
Chasson.
But as you heard Anik just say, this is now a catchweight bout. They both agreed to have it at 140.
Yeah, she made no bones this week about, that this was not necessarily the weight class that she had set her sights on. She wanted to stay at 145.
139 and a half, the official weight for
139.5. She wanted to
Macy
stay at
Chasson.
145. She's been winning at 145, and her life has largely consisted of running 40 miles a week. DC.
I just don't believe it. I don't care how many times you say it. Like, that's a lot of miles.
But it's
It is a lot.
unfortunate
I'll
for
ask
her that there's no girls at 145.
I know.
So she's like forced to go down to this weight in which she can't really make.
Yeah.
So I think it's,
Some
kind of give her,
decisions have to be
give
made.
her a pass a little
Yeah.
bit.
Hey, man, like, what's up with our belt, though, boy? They got tape on it and stuff.
I know, it's
man.
getting kind of
It's
good.
getting old and beat up, man.
Look at this.
Look at all the teeth. They
Well,
cut
hey
one.
guys,
They give you the janky one.
having won it 3 times in a row. I mean, I wear it around a little bit, right? So it gets a little worn out. I wear it around
right, Tim
town.
Sylvia.
I'll take it to the beach.
sorry,
I want
like
people to
this.
see my belt. All right, here's a look at who we are waiting on to weigh in. So that's 6 fighters, not the least of which is Khamzat Chimaev, who we have heard is having issues making weight. We've also heard that he is now in the building, and Irene Aldana is about to weigh in just a moment. I need to shine it up a little bit, guys. I will say, because I've been so active, like taking it around a lot, I haven't probably given it the proper attention. But Dean,
Don't worry, I'm going to shine it up.
hope
Don't
you
worry.
can
It's
take
all
care of it.
good, brother.
It's all
It's all
good,
good.
dog.
I am going to shine it
He
up.
won
It's all
that
good.
on his own back, his own intellect.
Yeah.
You, sir, have had a lot of help.
Okay, maybe a little help. Here's Irene Aldana stepping to the scale, the 4th-ranked bantamweight, taking on Macy Chasson in a catchweight fight, DC.
Irene Aldana is one of my favorite fighters in regards to her striking, her boxing. I think that she is so clean, and she trains down with Alexa Grasso. And I think that Mexican fighters are known for having good stand-up, but I think that the job that Alexa's father is doing with this group of women down there truly should be commended, because she's long with her strikes. She's very powerful, and that's something we didn't see from her when she first got to the UFC. She has worked her way up the rankings to some big fights, and now she's got an opportunity again in front of Macy Chasson to get going back. Yes. So look, 137.5 for Irene. So Macy was 139.5. So that information right there lends itself to believe that the change came on the Chasson side. So what is she going to do, though? Because if there's nobody to fight at 45.
She said, you know, in a perfect world, there would be a handful of girls that would go back and forth between featherweight and bantamweight because
But then they would just be going up to fight her.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're still fighting each other if they're going back and forth.
I know. I'm not saying I agree with it, but like you pointed to earlier, it is tough for some of these women. We don't have a heavyweight division to kind of gather up the whole upper end of
Amanda makes the weight. Amanda makes the weight. Yeah, Amanda gets big when she fights 45.
Yeah.
She makes the weight at 35 whenever she has to go back down there. So.
You got girls like, I mean,
Macy's big. She's tall.
Like Megan Anderson was. She was not going to make 135. Danielle Wolf is not going to make 135.
But she fought at 152 all through her boxing career. So then she can fight Danielle Wolf if Danielle Wolf wins this weekend.
Still not much of it.
And Norma Dumont. Did she fight Norma Dumont last time? Macy did?
Yeah,
she beat her, right?
Yeah, she's got a lot of competition.
How many girls are at 145 at this point? 5?
Consistently? Yeah, I would say probably.
Because Aspen Ladd can fight 145. Norma Dumont, Macy Chasson, Danielle Wolf now, and Amanda Nunes when she decides to go up there. If I'm Amanda Nunes, I'm never retiring from 145.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
I'm breaking records.
The champ ever, though. I'm just like, hey, I'm going to take 2 years off making weight.
So Khamzat Chimaev is in the building. We have stated that. We are waiting for him to weigh in. We have heard he is having serious problems making weight. He is here, should be stepping to the scale. We're hoping here in a few minutes. Also hearing that the star power of Nate Diaz and Khamzat Chimaev has our numbers on YouTube higher than they have ever been all year. Over 100,000 people watching live right now, over 200,000.
Oh, wow.
100,000 watching live.
On YouTube, when you throw in Facebook, we have over 200,000 current viewers right now watching around the world.
Wow, so, real dumb.
And they see me as the champ.
Here we go, Dino. Here we go, Dino. Hold it up. Hold it up.
The champ,
but it's this show for sure, but it's not just this.
Oh, it's everything. It's everything.
Nate Diaz's interview with Brett Okamoto on ESPN has 1.5 million views. Khamzat Chimaev and I interview we did a couple days at 400,000 views in a day. It's like everything these guys touch right now is just exploding. And it just speaks to who they are and what they bring to a card.
What is it about Nate that makes him so relatable and so likable?
Can I pull back to one of my favorite references? It's a WWE thing. It is Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's why in Stone Cold Steve Austin, people don't realize that his years at the top was like 3 years where he was like the man. Nate Diaz has been at the top for a long time, but ultimately, his next step started when he beat Conor. Because once he beat Conor, he never was more of a star, and now him versus the establishment is what people are drawn to.
What it is.
It's exactly what Stone Cold did when he was always beating up Vince McMahon. Because everybody's like, I want to say that to my boss. So you see Nate going, fuck the UFC, they suck. And everyone's like, yeah, you know what? Forget them dudes. And it's like anytime a person goes against, they're drawn to it. Yeah, Nate says everything he wants.
Yeah, for sure. I always felt like MMA draws like the worst of us. You know what I mean? The worst part of the human psyche. Like MMA is attracted to that, and Nate represents that. He personifies that attitude, that negativity, and people love that. So they live vicariously through Nate as Nate's doing these things, and they're just like, oh, I love him, I love him.
All right, here we go. Khamzat Chimaev is stepping to the scale right now. This is what we have been waiting for.
Our next fighter to the scale is the other athlete around whom this
hour.
Entire fight card was built. The number 3 ranked UFC welterweight contender, the undefeated Khamzat Chimaev.
Oh
my God.
178.5, the official weight for Khamzat Chimaev.
That's awful.
What? How do you miss that badly, DC? 178.5? And he's kind of smiling. Hey, no big deal.
Well, it doesn't even look like he's that drawn out, honestly.
It doesn't look like he's look like he's drawn out.
It does not look like he's that drawn out. I don't know. I don't know how you missed by that much. It's 8 pounds. It's 8 pounds. That's massive.
This is the biggest moment of his career, one step away, maybe 1.5 steps away from a title shot, and you miss by 8 pounds.
How do you miss by 8 pounds? I wonder what happened.
I feel like, and we're all just guessing, right? But to your point earlier, if you start to disrespect your opponent, do you disrespect the scales? We got to keep in mind, too, he is at a level of stardom now that
he's a minus 1,100 favorite.
Experienced before. So coupled with the fact you're minus 1,100 favorite, you're a massive star. So you're getting all this attention, distractions. We've seen that play into other people's issues inside the octagon. He just wasn't focused. I have not heard anything about him being sick or injured. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't heard any of that.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Tyron Woodley and Kelvin Gastelum when Gastelum missed by, 10 pounds?
Yeah, I was there with Woodley for that.
Tyron didn't fight him.
Yeah. No, he did fight.
Tyron fought.
He fought. I was there with him.
So what goes into that?
But at what point does the commission make the decision, and at what point is it up to the fighters to agree on a catch weight?
Well, Nate Diaz ain't gonna fight this dude at 100.
You were there with Tyron. What went into that decision?
Just the fact that he had trained so hard for it, and he knew that he had a lot of people come out to see it. So he was like, I don't care how much he weighs. I'm gonna fight this dude, and that was his mindset for that fight.
Okay, so what should Nate's mindset be here when he is the smaller man? That's a massive advantage for a guy and he's made weight. That, as you mentioned, is already what
minus 1,100.
Minus 1,100
massive
favorite.
Underdog. I don't know what goes into that. I asked him on Wednesday, what did he weigh? 84 kilos would be like 185. So since Wednesday, he's only lost 7 pounds. It's not.
If he was telling you the truth, yeah.
That's not. But 185 on Wednesday is not that bad. 14 pounds.
No, it's not.
It's really not that bad.
184.8.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with kilos to.
He's had that already figured out.
I know.
But when you are 14 pounds overweight, 13.8 to the number. If you only lose 6 pounds, that is a blatant decision being made that I'm just not doing it. That was him going, I'm not doing it. And I wonder what played into that, because there's a lot of people that play a part in you getting to the weight. So even when you miss weight, you generally expect the guy at this level to be closer than 8 pounds. It's too much.
6 pounds is nothing. That's like, what, 1 bath?
Well, what time is it right now? So and it's still 30 minutes before the weigh-ins.
When he arrived in Vegas on Tuesday, I can tell you he was at least 22 pounds overweight on Tuesday at that point. How abnormal-ish?
That's a lot.
To me, I would think that
22? That's not bad.
I would think it would be
22 is not bad. What you say when he landed in Vegas on Tuesday?
Tuesday. I don't know the exact number. That was ish.
Okay, but here's the deal. That's quite a bit. But 20 pounds to start a week is not that bad.
It's not crazy.
But he only lost 14 of it, right? Who's that on?
But that's what I'm saying.
The whole team, the coaches.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other part of this. When you're Khamzat Chimaev and you are now the star that you are talking about, now you have money. You have a nutritionist.
Yeah.
You have a team in place to make sure that this doesn't happen. So what I would like to do is I would like to be dismissed, because I'll go find Khamzat and go talk to him right now and find out what happened. Ask him, what happened? How could you be 8 pounds overweight? Because for as mad as he is at most, he'll talk to me. So, can I leave Hellcat?
You think you could go talk to him right now?
I could. I'm not taking no cameras, though. He won't do it with the camera. But I'll get some answers for you.
I don't know. What do we think?
I'm not in charge
Zach?
on here, but I say yes.
Do we release him?
Oh, they're not letting me go. I was going to go get some answers, you know?
They know it's for your YouTube channel. They know it's for your YouTube channel.
No, I would do it. I would give it to this. There's 200,000 watching.
I would give it to this.
Why don't you just bring him on set here? Let us talk to him. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be talking to these guys currently. We've been told actually that we're not going to be able to talk to these guys like we normally do because of the ongoing situation.
So what's next?
They're trying to figure out what's happening next. What does happen next? What would you like to see happen?
Well, that's bad. It's really bad, right? Considering he's in the main event. When Charles Oliveira gets unjustly his belt taken away from him for what, 0.4 ounces, Now you're like up in arms, like, God dang it. Can't believe they did it to Oliveira. That's not fair. 8 pounds. Nate Diaz, who at times is going to move to the beat of his own drum. We all know that. He ain't going to say, all right, I'll just... Because think about this. If Khamzat's 178 now, what's he going to weigh tomorrow night? 195? What's Nate going to weigh? 177? 180, 182, 183? I mean, it's too much. And Nate Diaz would be within his right to say, I'm not fighting him. I don't care how much money you offer me. I'm not fighting him. He's going to be too big.
But if you're Nate and this is supposed to be like the final crowning fight achievement.
You want me to fight, figure something else out.
Yeah, but to speak on Khamzat, I mean, think about it. Like, this is a big moment for him, but this isn't the first time he struggled with the weight.
Exactly.
He's big for welterweight, bro.
He's big. He's big for welterweight. I mean, he started at 85 and came and said, "Oh, I can make welterweight." In Abu Dhabi, I was standing right there when he put his hand on the towel. I watched that happen.
They caught him.
Yeah, but nobody really said nothing.
No, it was egregious, but no one said anything.
No one said ever just kind of, everybody was just looking around like, did he just do that? And they was like, yeah, he did. But no one said nothing, and he got away with it. Now he loses now he's over 8 pounds. To me, and I spoke about this earlier, about his level of professionalism to be the champ. Does he have the fighting ability to be champ? I believe so, 100%.
Yeah.
But the mentality and what it takes to be champ, to be able to deal with the media, the pressure, making weight, showing up to things on time, I don't believe he has that. And this is a good indication of it.
But does this mean now that we have to start looking at him as maybe moving up?
No, well, he made the weight last time.
Right, but he's had 2 times where he struggled.
But bro, he's got 5 fights. He's got 5 fights in the UFC. He made the weight in 3 of them. Because, I mean, he's fought at middleweight against Jared. What's his name? The guy he knocked out in the first. Mearshart. Gerald Mearshart. Then he fought Li Jinglei at 70. He fought Gilbert at 70.
Yep.
He's fighting Nate at 180. And then he fought Mearshart and who else at 185? Oh, the first guy was at 170.
Yeah.
That was at 170.
Yeah, it was,
so it's like he's fought
John
170
Phillips and
4 times.
Reese McKee.
Reese McKee. So it's like he can make the weight. It's just a matter of how does he make the weight and does he want to make the weight? Because that doesn't seem like he wanted to make the weight.
Well, to your point, I mean, it was almost like you were a soothsayer. You saw this coming. The professionalism to miss by that much is just.
How do you even go to bed last night? That's what I want to know, because you know you're not going to float 13 pounds.
Well, the problem is a lot of these guys are losing a lot of weight on weigh-in morning.
How much is a lot of weight? DC, how much
I am astounded at how much these guys are losing in the morning. It was, who was the kid we spoke to in Utah? Not Yanez. He was a tall little Spanish kid. I can't remember his name.
Victor Altamirano.
Yes, 135. I go, well, are you gonna cut your weight on? He goes, no. He goes, I'll cut some on Thursday night. He said, I'll wake up early Friday morning, I'll lose 8. And I'm like, I don't even think it was him. I think it was Altamirano's opponent.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
I don't know his name, but I can't remember the kid's name off the top of my head. But 8 pounds, bro. The kid was like, I'm gonna lose it. Now, he looked very tired in the fight. Can't say that wasn't the altitude, but he lost a ton of weight at a small weight class. And I will remember this kid's name to tell you before we're done with this, but these guys cut a lot of weight on Friday morning now. Because you make the weight, you're done. You got 36,
they don't
48,
they don't like going to bed and having.
Yeah, they want to be able to sleep.
It's hard to sleep when you're almost on weight and you've got. But I feel like the guys that have it dialed in, they go to bed knowing that they'll float 1 to 2 pounds depending on how big you are, maybe 3 if you're huge, and then you wake up and you got 1 to 2 pounds left. So you cannot go to bed, in my opinion, more than 5 pounds off weight.
But that's just part. But these fighters have to understand that's part of the job.
Exactly.
That is 100% part of the job. It's the first. It's the first job.
It is the job.
It's not like just making weight is. It's part of the job. Like you agree, you sign on a contract and agree to fight at a certain weight, and you typically have months to prepare for it. You have months to diet. You have months to train and get your body prepared for the weight cut. And to miss it is unacceptable.
Now, these guys are professionals. These guys have, and I gotta notice, so it's gonna drive me crazy. These guys are professionals, but I'm telling you, they believe that they have it figured. It was Luis Saldana.
Oh.
It was Luis Saldana. He fought Sean Woodson, tall guy. He was 8 pounds over, and he fight like featherweight. He was gonna cut all that weight the next morning. It's just what they do.
Much.
They just think that they have it dialed in. He made the weight, though. He know what he can pull out of his body. I'm sure Khamzat woke up this morning going, if I'm 9 over, I can pull this 9 out. Probably woke up at like 6, 3 hours to lose 9 pounds because it's not that long. It's not that hard to lose a lot of weight if you're still hydrated. He didn't look that drawn out either.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's up on the scale, and he had an embarrassed smile. It almost looked like he was embarrassed. He smiled a little bit and was kind of embarrassed and was like, it's like he didn't know how to react. But I mean, like, if you got energy to do this, you got energy to get your ass back in the sauna.
It's just a big miss for him. A big miss opportunity. Because now he's gonna be judged so differently. Because all week he's spoken about he's gonna do this, he's gonna be this, he's gonna be this. To have this happen and this become the story, very unfortunate for a young guy trying to truly propel himself to the next level.
So I guess my question, as the one person up here who hasn't fought, is how does this happen? Does he go to bed last night 10 pounds over and they expect to lose it all this morning? How does this happen? And who, obviously there's many people who are responsible for it, but I just don't understand.
I'll be honest with you, I've had this discussion with Krause. And I kind of agree with him. I'm interested to know what you guys think. Coaches should not let their fighters step on the scale if they are more than like 4 pounds over. You slip.
Oh, like fall down and get out of the fight?
Yes. When you step on that scale 8, 9, 10, 11 pounds over,
I think
it's just blatant. Like, you ruin your reputation from then on out.
I think you're. We have to understand who we're talking about. Yes, if you're a guy or a gal that's early on the fight card, maybe. But if you're a main event fighter, you understand that the rules are a little bit different for you, so you got to get on that scale. Because if you don't get on that scale, you ain't fighting. So they're going to work with you if you are in the main event. If you're Khamzat Chimaev, you have no choice but to get on that scale. As embarrassing as it is, you get on that scale because guess what? Right now, Dana, Hunter, Mick, Sean, they're all together trying to figure out what's next. If you're one of those younger fighters that goes out there and you're 8 over and you're just like kind of a nobody, you're done. But if you're Khamzat Chimaev, they will work with you. They got Anderson Silva to fight me in 2 days. I know, but you cannot. If he doesn't get on the scale, he doesn't fight.
He's not.
At least now they can ask Nate, are you willing to fight him?
Do we think that's going to happen?
But I'm saying, if he didn't get on the scale, there's no chance to even ask Nate.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And Dan, to answer your question, it's 100% on the fighter. And I know you say, yeah, but they have a team around them. But you can't make a fighter do what they need to do.
Especially when the fighter writes the checks.
Yeah, especially the fighter writes the checks. He's the one whose name is in the lights. He's the one going, y'all are here for me. Y'all do what I say.
Yep.
So everybody looks at, oh, the coach should have did this, the nutritionist should have did that. But the fighter is the one who has to do the work.
And the bigger the star, the more yes men you end up.
Yeah, you accrue them. You just get them. Like all of a sudden, you look behind you, 10 people down, you're like, hey, who is that? Man?
Yeah.
Did this dude just bring his friend?
You know,
who's that dude in the back?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Like you just like all of a sudden your crew just grows, and you look in the back like, I don't even know this dude. Yeah. Dude, like, hey man, you got my ticket?
Yeah.
I don't know you, man.
I remember you telling me how much money you would spend on tickets for your big fights. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, we do have another weigh-in. Hopefully,
are we
she
still
makes
doing
weight.
Weigh-ins?
All right, next fighter to the scale.
Are we gonna just keep talking about
to make
this?
her official UFC
Danielle
debut
Wolf,
in
this
the
is the
UFC's
featured bout of
featherweight
the
division.
early prelims. She's
Danielle
taking on Norma Dumont.
Yeah, and she is only 1-0. This is just her second time making 145, so not really that surprising that she would kind of need a little extra time doing it. We'll see if she can hit the number here, 146.
Oh, he's pushing it to the side.
Oh, no.
I mean,
she's a big girl.
She's big.
Look at her. She put together.
Her entire Olympic career was at 152, and that's why
she never
went to the Olympics because
they never had her weight
never
class.
added the weight. They were supposed to add the weight, but they never did it ultimately.
God, how disheartening is that?
That sucks so bad.
What is it? Is she going to get the curtain?
They got to get the curtain.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's close, right?
Yeah.
Because it did move a little bit when she got on it initially.
She has an amateur boxing record of 64-9. I mean, she's just got an incredible background in boxing, which is why we saw the sort of unheard of 0-0 debut on Dana White's Contender Series. And it's been a little while since
Couple
she won
years.
that. Yeah, since she won that contract. But she needed those years to develop. She did. And
Yeah,
she's
well,
been training
you
at
can-
Alliance and.
You can't have a singular skill. Not today.
No.
You got to be able to do everything. You got to be able to do everything. And if you can't do everything, you're done. So the time that she has taken to make this debut is ultimately going to serve her well. She'll be on weight, though, because it seemed like it moved initially and went up very slow. That's a real good sign in regards to weight.
And the women have the sports bra and the underwear, so like.
Yeah.
And the
I always thought
hairband.
that was a bit unfair, right?
Yeah, that's
like
a good
that,
point.
Yeah,
I
because
agree.
like that weighs something, especially when they're smaller.
I'm just saying,
Are you a proponent
take one of them off. You're fine.
Wait.
Yeah.
But like even
Hey,
this,
numbers
right?
would
like,
be up.
But even this, right? Like it's yeah. Yeah, it's
146,
moving. It's like moving,
the
right?
official
It's like,
weight for
Got it.
Danielle Wolf.
She made the weight, 146.
Good.
And now we got to wait
She's
for
got
her
a
to-
real fight on her hands, though. I mean, I'm interested to see how she
Norma better
performs.
take this. Norma better be wrestling.
Yeah.
Because she can strike, man. She's good. And she showed a lot in her Contender Series fight. Like, she showed that she's not as far behind as you would expect. Guys, I always point to my boy James Toney, but I mean, James, he had a training camp too.
He did?
Best boxer
James
in the
had a
history of the
training
UFC.
camp.
The best boxer that ever
Best
stepped foot in the
boxer.
octagon.
Yeah, he had a training camp for
He
his
had a
MMA
training
fight.
camp, dog. Yep, they put him in there with Randy, man.
Those were the days.
And I remember because I was going to fight Mayorga during about that same time, and they canceled.
In boxing.
No, in MMA.
Yeah, you about to put it on that.
I was about to put
oh,
it on
you
that.
gonna put
And
it
I was
on.
so mad they canceled it. And then Randy beat James Toney. I was
You were
so
like, I was
mad.
about to do the same
I was about
thing.
to do the same damn thing. Get paid. Yeah,
You were doing cool stuff before it was cool.
that's right.
Dude, he's an OG. There's no doubt about that. All right, how about a little Modelo rent-free? Man, she is shredded.
She's ripped.
Jeez.
She is ripped.
Yeah.
Modelo
her
rent-free fighting spirit moment, a moment from a fighter on this card that just sticks in your head, and you can't forget about it. It's living rent-free in your head. Should we start with Sanko? Let's start with Sanko.
Okay, all right. Let's start with Sanko again. For me, 2008, Nate Diaz has his first real step up in competition when he takes on Kurt Pellegrino. We knew that Nate had the jiu-jitsu, but Kurt Pellegrino, a black belt as well, a wrestler. And then Nate Diaz locks up this triangle. And he says, you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to pull the head and make sure I get it. I'm going to throw the double birds, and then I'm going to flex. And to me, that moment is Nate Diaz personified. And to your point earlier, that is why people love him. He is counterculture. He's against the system. And I think people are drawn to that because people like myself, I don't always say what's on my mind. Nate Diaz says what's on his mind.
And we can live through him.
And exactly, live vicariously.
For me, I'm going the exact opposite direction to a really good guy, and that's Chris Barnett. And I've known him for such a long time. So his dancing always gets me. But I've known him for a long time, and I remember when he couldn't even fight in the UFC because he was over 300 pounds. They said he'd never fight here, and he did. And the rent-free moment is that wheel kick to Gian Vellante. Because I know how athletic he was, I know how good he was, and for him to come here and be able to fight and show his skill set, I was so happy for him and so excited for him. So shout out to Chris Barnett.
Love that. Chris still hasn't gotten on the scale, which is, now that you say he was over 300 pounds, very alarming. For me, honestly, there's no, as great as that moment was, there's not a better moment than when, on 10 days' notice, the boy Nathan Diaz takes Conor McGregor. He throws up gang signs with the left hand, all while making balloons with the right hand for the children. He goes out there, gets beat up early, and then just turns the tide on Conor. And he goes, oh, you a wrestler now. Gets to the mount, starts to beat on him, ultimately chokes him out. You talk about those oh shit moments, those moments where you go, wow. That was one of them where everybody, my son at the time was very young and goes, he won! He won! I can't believe he won! That is my rent-free moment. I'll never forget that.
Oh, that's interesting. When I chose
All right,
that, you
next
said that
fighter to
was
weigh in this
the lesser of
morning,
the two fights.
15th-ranked
Yeah,
bantamweight
we're talking about
competing
rent-free
in the
moments.
UFC's
He's
featherweight
changing
division.
the parameters of
Norma
the discussion
Very
every single
low-hanging
time. Yeah. I also went with Nate Diaz on this. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, we have Norma coming to the stage. Come on.
In honor of football season coming, Norma Dumont is like a linebacker.
No, a running back with those big...
She is
Carries a lot
solid.
of power.
And she's a black belt in Sanda, Brazilian national Samba champion, won her last 3 of the 4 fights. She is super solid. She moved here from Brazil with basically nothing so that she could live in Vegas and pursue her dream. And this is just the next step for her in order to make it where she needs to be. as the weight. Why does it seem like it takes longer for women? Does it take longer for women to weigh in?
Oh,
Dean,
I think she's
are you
gonna
not
have to
aware?
do the
Everything
It reflects
takes
how long
longer.
it takes for them to get ready.
Yes.
She's doing the curtain.
100%. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Here comes the curtain again. Yeah, I mean, it's like Senko in the makeup chair. Can somebody else get
Oh
in here
my
for a
Yo,
minute?
bro.
right?
I mean,
Yeah, right?
Laura doesn't wear makeup, does she?
Oh my gosh.
I love you right now.
I thought this is natural. Yeah, I mean, you
I
wake up like this.
I do. I do.
That's what I'm saying. My girl Laura wake
Just
up like
this.
that.
Yep.
Got it.
All right.
Got it.
146, the
I
official
think
weight for
Norma didn't have to pick her
Norma
hands
Dumont.
up. Because I'm gonna tell you this, like,
Little
all
tug.
right.
Yeah, give us the tricks.
So you
so
can
many.
you can reach inside that thing a little bit, pinch it, touch it down. You gotta be careful. You gotta get their hands up. I don't like cheating. I want
clearly.
everybody's hands up when they're inside
Right.
that curtain.
So you don't
a standard
like it,
that
but
you
you just
abide
do it
by.
anyway.
I never did it.
Oh, I mean, like I'm talking about like in golf and everything else.
Oh
that you do,
well, yeah, in golf, yeah.
Yeah.
In fighting, never. I would never.
You're the worst
You
golfing cheater.
owned it, by the way.
Jig
You
is
owned
up.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
Where is Chris
Norma
Barnett?
Dumont.
Waiting on Chris Barnett.
She is driving a dump
And-
truck. My goodness.
Hey, I told you, she's a
Driving
linebacker.
a dump truck.
Hakeem Dawodu is on deck, Dino.
Hakeem Dawodu, extremely underrated featherweight. Multiple kickboxing champion. He's smooth as they come.
So D, you love him, huh?
Yeah.
You love his style.
I love his style, man. I
Love everything about him. Love his professionalism.
Love his, not his professionalism.
D.
he's a little late. I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for him.
It's scary because like Hamza misses by 8 pounds. Everybody's scared to take responsibility for their boy.
I know, I'm looking at my man. I'm like, dude, you on CPT.
plus D, like D, you know, like you after the last fight, everybody act like you don't know what you're talking about.
I know, right?
You say, oh man, I love him. He get up there, he don't make the weight.
He's taking a minute to
He's
get
taking
up
a
here.
while.
Taking a
He
minute.
look like he don't want to come out here.
He's been close to breaking into the rankings
been
last
tough.
couple years. Just hasn't been able
Well,
to.
that's the problem.
All right, next fighter to the scale, one half of the featured
There you
prelim
go.
live on ESPN News in the featherweight division, Hakeem Dawodu.
42-5.
Oh, he
amateur
looks
kickboxing
sucked down
record.
bad.
Very sucked down.
Oh, that went up fast.
It did good. That
Oh.
thing shot up. It's like,
Yeah.
bing.
What's happening
That
today?
went, what's
Not
going on?
good.
That's way too fast. He's not close. That went up
This is
fast.
Yeah.
Man.
Did they mix cake batter into their waters?
What happened?
Nuts today.
What happened? That went up like he's 3 pounds, 2-3 pounds over.
He doesn't look happy.
He's
I
heavy.
mean, this is. Ooh,
no.
149.
Yo, I just said 3 pounds.
49 and a half the official weight
I said
for
3 pounds. That's
Hakeem
3.5.
Dawodu.
How'd you know that?
I don't know.
3.5
The way
pounds
it
over
kicked
the
up, it looked to me like 3 pounds. 3.5.
You're such a weight expert.
I'm a weight
You know,
expert,
you
dog.
can tell just from
He
him
hears the
standing on
weight.
it.
Yo, Mike,
he hears the weight.
yeah.
hits
No, but I'm
the top
telling you,
of
like
his
I
head.
watched
He
the
just
scale when you
knows.
go up. You know how like I was like 3 pounds.
3.5.
He's 3.5.
You know it. You can
My
see
kids
it.
walk into the gym and I'm like, "You're heavy. Get on the scale." They're like,
Dawodu is
So you're not as smart as a
He will
fifth
not
grader,
be.
but you can transfer kilos and pounds. You know exactly how every scale on the planet works.
He'd be a great carny.
Hakeem's not gonna cut the weight. I mean, he's only got 18 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's-
Yeah.
But he
Barnett
look-
still only has 18 minutes.
He's not going to wait. So we have how many guys left?
Hey, one of my buddies just texted me, man, I love
3
Norma
guys
Dumont.
left.
He's like, I love Norma Dumont. Brothers love Norma, man.
So we have 3
That's
fighters
crazy.
who
That dump
have
truck.
who have yet to weigh in. When they come to the scale, we will be there. But right now, let's get
Who do
back
we
to
have
our
left?
free moments.
Barnett.
I'm going to tell you right
Yeah,
after
tell
we
me
hear
after.
RJ's
Okay.
number.
Producer DC jumping in again. You guys been waiting anxiously for my round.
Actually, just one left. Barnett's the only one.
Yeah,
You're
just
right.
Barnett.
All right, go ahead, RJ.
So also a Nate Diaz one, but I went a different way with it. The punch he landed on Leon Edwards in the last minute of the 5th round. Leon Edwards was winning 24 of the 25 minutes of this fight. Nate lands a punch, and everyone says, "Oh man, if this were 6 rounds, Leon would be dead right now." Oh my God, Nate Diaz totally was gonna come up. That's the best example, not the pay-per-view numbers, not the views, not the clicks. That's the best example of the power Nate Diaz has over MMA fans, where the universe was convinced that Nate was on his way to kill Leon Edwards in that cage because he landed a punch in a 25-minute fist fight.
You're right. And DC actually brought that up earlier. A good point earlier as well.
You know, really quick, but I want to make a point. Like, if Chris Barnett is last at heavyweight, I think one guy in heavyweight history has missed weight. Two?
I think there's one.
Just
Taffa.
Justin Taffa's the only one.
Yeah. No,
but is it possible he's just chilling? Sleeping?
I don't know.
You're cutting it close for that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Cutting it real close.
DC took a 5-minute nap the other day before our Contender Series
I did.
meeting.
I was tired.
So just saying, like.
Yeah, you're right.
He might be.
I felt refreshed too.
That's good. Never done those power naps. We do have one last rent-free moment presented by Modelo, and mine is Kevin Holland when he fought Jacare Souza, UFC 256. From the bottom, this was at the Apex, and he was talking trash to him kind of the whole fight, and then he gets up, he lands a shot from the bottom, and then gets up, has him against the fence, and stuns him after with the right hook and finishes. And the whole time he's talking, which is just classic Kevin Holland.
That was
I love.
wild.
Yeah, that was great.
It was like one of the, like, that defies physics. Like, you're not supposed to knock someone out doing that, and then he has the visceral moment of the around the neck finish on a legend like Jack.
It was so disrespectful.
It was.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
He's off the Christmas card list.
Yeah.
I do have another list that I want to go over with you guys. Biggest fan favorite to never win a title. All right, biggest fan favorite to never win a title. You have yours?
I do, but I
do you
feel
not
like
want to start?
I'm going to get eviscerated for this because it's the obvious one. It's the obvious one, but I feel like it's the right one. It has to be Nate Diaz. I thought about Cowboy. I thought about Uriah, but you have to go with Nate Diaz.
Okay.
You have to.
All right.
If you are in trouble for that answer, then I'm with you. We in the same boat.
Okay.
I had to go Nate Diaz as well. I mean, Nate Diaz, his star power carries weight, and I mean, in his mind, in his fans, he is the champ.
The fact that so many of those non-title fight main events had him in it
says it all.
says it all. What you got?
I agree with you, man. But I added his brother. The Diaz brothers are fan favorite that didn't win a championship. Because even when Nick came back against Robbie Lawler recently, a shell of himself. Look at the reaction he received when he hit the curb. Because the Diaz brothers are the guys that fan favorites that never won a championship.
I like that. And I do think the Diaz brothers or Nate Diaz is the obvious choice, but I went with the man that you mentioned in Cowboy Cerrone because he was also one of the most popular fighters of all time. That last walk, before he retired, the numbers speak for themselves. 23 wins, second all time, 18 post-fight bonuses, tied for first all time. Cowboys certainly, for me, if it's Nate and Nick, Cowboys right there.
Agreed.
He's right behind him. And I knew all you guys were going to say that Diaz doesn't take the easy way out, so I decided to be a little bit more creative. Just saying, just saying.
Low-hanging fruit.
I know. Well, I know.
Sometimes
What are you
it's the right answer.
What are you gonna do? So we'll see what's happening. We're waiting to find out about this main event, but as it stands right now, it's Chimaev and Diaz. Let's take a deeper dive into that matchup.
Every now and again, an athlete comes along who captivates the attention of the entire sport.
Khamzat Chimaev is one of the most dominant challengers we have ever seen inside the octagon.
Oh! Khamzat Chimaev, one and done.
He is a wrecking ball.
Oh my goodness!
Absolutely incredible.
Tremendous power.
Once in a generation type of talent.
This kid is special. The hype is real.
I'm the champ, I'm the king, and I'm coming for everybody. Kill everybody.
I'm not here just to be a fighter and a normal fighter. I'm gonna make some history.
You weren't even born when I was over here running the whole game with my team. You're getting blown out of proportion like McGregor got.
Oh! He's got him flattened out. He's up. He's up. Hey, I'm not surprised.
Nate Diaz is one of the toughest guys to ever compete in MMA.
I'm here to kill and be killed.
Nate is not afraid of anyone.
You can never count Nate Diaz out. Oh, he hurt him. He hurt him bad. He hurt him bad. No one has more experience in this division than that man.
I train hard and I train for real and I fight for real. And it's always been for real. This is like a fight environment and this is a fight life, and I'll be here till the end of time, and I don't think anybody else in a fight game, they could act like they are and they could say like they are. And I'm from this funny country where everybody's at war. This is real war right here,
final
my
fighter
whole life.
to weigh in this morning, competing in a premium live on ESPN
Gangster.
News.
Everyone is gangster. What are you talking about? In my country, everyone is gangster.
Oh my goodness! He held Li Jingliang up while he spoke to Dana White.
He says he's dog, but I'm the wolf, you know.
Oh, man!
I go, I take his head, you know.
That is it! Khamzat Chimaev!
It's war. This is an army. You ain't gonna kill me unless you kill me. We gonna finish the show.
Gonna eat him up, you know. Don't be scared. I make it fast for you.
All right, our final fighter to weigh in this morning, competing
Barnett
in a premium
finally
live on
coming to the
ESPN News.
stage here.
In the heavyweight division, Chris Barnett.
Yeah, big boy going, just being the last guy to weigh in is never great. He's a heavyweight. We don't see guys miss weight at heavyweight, but as Dean said, at one point he was over 300 pounds. He's last, so he's popping up there. Let's see what he weighs. I can't really see the TV. It looked like it's touching the top, though. This guy's going through a lot personally.
It's unbelievable.
He's been through it, yeah, man. So
I feel too.
you feel bad for him that this is like something that's happened. Pound and a half over.
267
And
and a
it
half,
sucks,
the
right?
official weight
Because
for Chris
the one
Barnett.
thing he doesn't need
Pound
is
and a half
more
over the heavyweight
after
limit.
all that he's been through personally in his life. But the reality is, took the fight, you got to try to get there as close as you can. And a pound and a half ain't as bad as some of the other things we've seen. And Khamzat, missed the weight, but I'm hearing something medically is up with Chimaev. That
really?
Played a factor, yeah.
Okay, so we are hearing also that Barnett is going to get time to make weight. The commission is going to allow him to do that. We talked about all of his personal problems. His fiancée passed away about 30 hours before his last fight, and he found out that he basically had to make a decision whether to pull her off life support or not. Ended up going on and fighting, did not win. Dana White found out later after the fact that he was going through all this, took care of him financially, helped him out, was like, dude, you didn't need to fight, but he's like, I wanted to fight, I wanted to do it, and so that was his last fight.
That's one of the things people don't recognize about Dana. He does a lot of stuff like that. Yeah. And it's, he gets a bit of a bad rep at times because he's very forward, but he is willing to help in so many ways, man.
And he's done it a lot of times.
Yeah.
Right now, this is James Plester from UFC Collectibles, who's going to be helping us. This is a really cool deal. Just kind of explain what we have here, James, and explain what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, so we're going to be making one of our products, which is the photo in canvas. You can see we have a finished one here. And so the team in-house kind of do a lot of the prep work. So we've kind of got most of it together, but what we need you to do today is chop the canvas up into a square. We've got a square size here. Stick that on by taking these tabs off. And then underside of this has a sticky back. Okay. You're going to stick that straight onto here.
Okay, so Jay, this is dummy proof, so DC's going to be fine. But this is the actual canvas from these fights. So DC's from your UFC 200 fight against Anderson Silva.
Yep.
That's a piece of the yellow canvas.
Yes, it is.
From the fight. That's pretty awesome. All right, so we
got your canvas too? That's from your fight, or?
Yeah, it's from my fight with Connor.
So wait, I take this. Oh, so I make the square.
Yep. So line it up with the canvas and cut a square first.
Okay.
All right, so we're cutting the squares.
Now, where is it?
We don't want to waste any canvas, right?
There's no blood on mine. I wish there was.
I've got a bit of a bad canvas. Mine is already cut, so do I start at the top or can I start here?
You can start wherever you need to.
Okay.
I'm going to put some of the warning shots.
Oh, this is good. This is good. This is like arts and crafts a little bit.
Now, Dean, if this was a contest, Dean would kill it.
No.
That man can craft.
No.
Oh, dude,
Have
you know
seen
Dean?
his candles?
Yeah, he
makes?
made me a candle one time.
I know.
He's like the nicest guy ever. It was after the first time we had worked together. I'm like, God, this guy's amazing.
I know.
I still have the candle.
You still have it?
Yep. I burn it all the time.
I burn it all the time.
DC. So I love the fact that gold mat is the actual mat from which you fought Anderson Silva. What do you remember about that fight in UFC?
Getting kicked in the side very, very hard at the end of the fight. But It wasn't. I remember the pressure of the fight.
So if you
how nerve-wracking it was. How.
Just take this off.
Take those off.
How hard it was to fight somebody different on 2 days' notice when you've been through a training camp for someone else. And the fact that when I looked across the octagon, it was Anderson Silva. I was like, holy cow, that's Anderson Silva. It's all I could think about when I was fighting this dude. So
that's why I was mad at you. I was like, how you gonna beat up Anderson like that?
Yeah, it was.
my boy.
It was all wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I just took the dude down over and over again. So what side goes against the canvas? This side or the other?
So the other side, the ones you just pulled the strips off, that's what you stick the canvas to. Other way around. That's the one.
Like this.
Yep.
James, just get this right.
You got it.
There
That's
we
it.
go.
And then we stick that in.
Oh.
And so, and also once we've done this, we're going to stick stickers of authenticity, and we have an NFC for the back. So if you pick up one of these, you can actually use your phone, and when you put it near, it pops up, and then you register the device.
Oh, really?
Register it. So we're going to be sticking those on as well on the back. But once you get your canvas in,
so is there some? Oh, this side comes up.
Yeah. So the next thing after you've got that canvas in is you're going to be sticking one of these in the octagon space right here.
Okay. Do you need one, Sanko?
There should be. You've all got two just there.
They're just. It doesn't matter which one, right?
No. And then one more on the back of here.
Okay. So one here, right?
Yep.
Okay, a sticker of authenticity.
So we do a range of memorabilia and collectibles, and this is one of the ones we do. We also do signed gloves, and we get the event-worn pieces. So 279 coming up, we're going to have them. They're going to go auction on the website from Tuesday. So
the website UFCcollectibles.com.
Yeah.
Where's the other octagon go?
The other one goes on the back of this card right here. So just like this card here, the example.
So James Plester with us from UFC Collectibles actually told me that we are going to be auctioning off or giving.
We're going to give these away on social.
Giving away the ones that we're doing right now. Find UFC Collectibles on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and mine's from UFC 194. It's Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor, and there's
Looking
DC's.
great.
Look at that.
There we go. Hey, look at this thing, guys. Every time James and his crew, you walk to the octagon, you put whatever you're wearing. The moment you hit that curtain in the back, hey, what you got, DC? What do we get tonight? The shorts, the T-shirt, the jacket.
Yeah.
You give me
They
something.
always fit you, right?
No, a couple times I was like, James, stop. And James like pulling the jacket off. I'm like, James, stop. He's like,
I'm sorry.
He's like, get to the locker room. He's like spinning me. I'm like, stop, James.
That iconic moment from 274.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Hey, whose looks?
But I think
best?
this is probably the best one because this is two of the greatest fighters of all time.
Mine is very straight. I included part of the warning track because Izzy's so good at pushing people back behind the warning track.
So we're getting to make a case.
I told a story.
Okay.
Told a story.
An actual story.
Yours is a little.
Yours
is a little ragged.
Could I say something, James? And I mean, this honestly should be like the end of the argument. James, I am a part of the story.
That is a very strong argument.
That's a strong argument.
I can't even argue with that.
This is me.
Listen, and even more.
It's Anderson Silva.
He got a hairline.
And when it's way back. Yeah, look how far back it goes.
It's there though.
Tight there.
James.
I got to say, I didn't know this was going to be a competition, but if it is, DC, I think you have to win it. The story is just too good. I'm sorry. I think the story is good.
Thank you, Doug.
James, I'm sorry. You may have just lost the belt there.
Nah, that's okay. Like I said, he got a hairline. You know, then I didn't know he had it.
James, thank you for doing this.
No
I'm not thanking you for awarding him the winner,
James.
but I understand the peer pressure that he puts on you because that's what he does to everybody.
Well, the reality
he
is,
bullies people into making decisions.
Oh, wait. The show, too.
No, so they were asking. I put my pictures up in my belts the other day. Somebody goes, "Why does he have 8?" Did they give him a belt for Anderson? Yes, they did. Because I was supposed to fight for the title, and I won. So I ended up getting a championship. So that's where the 8th one comes from. That's my explanation.
Okay.
I was supposed to defend, but my dance partner didn't show up. So I ended up getting my belt.
Okay. Well, the broadcasters go up to the desk. James, thanks, buddy.
No problem.
Thank you, James. I really appreciate it. Thank you for calling me the champ because the thing goes back to where
I
it belongs.
let's see how you do.
I'm gonna get props on that.
I'm gonna tell you, man.
Oh, look at just preening in front of the camera. Never gets old. Never gets old.
I love the peacock.
You do. You are a peacock. You are a peacock. All right, so what do we do here? What do we do? What's going to happen? It's on the commission now. You mentioned Dana and the guys mulling it over. Certainly the commission has to decide what happens from here on out now that Khamzat Chimaev was 8.5 pounds, 9 pounds over, so 8.5 pounds.
I just don't see that fight.
But most states are like 10 pounds.
I've
So it
always
really
thought
kind of
was
comes down to the fighter.
Yeah.
All right, so we have been told that everybody who has missed weight, Barnett, Dawodu, and Chimaev, are not going to cut. So we're waiting to hear if the commission is going to allow Diaz and Khamzat. That's. Or yeah, if
and
you,
I think that's the biggest.
Is Nate going to agree to it?
Yeah, the commission might go, yeah, sure, and Nate will be like, nah.
I could like, nah,
Seriously.
He doesn't want to play the game. He's never wanted to play the game.
Okay, so you guys are all saying that if it's up to Nate, he's gonna be like, no, why am I doing that?
I mean, I'm not saying it for sure.
No, but that's what you think. That is your initial inclination.
Well, here's the thing, right? If Nate Diaz is as unhappy as he says he is at times, what better way to stick it to you? Going, no, I'm not gonna fight this dude. Right? He said multiple times, I'm getting this dude. I'm supposed to prop this guy up. Why would he say I'm going to prop Chimaev up even if Chimaev missed by 8 pounds? And it's not wrong. It's not like he's wrong. He made the weight. So
what would it take? What would it take if you're Nate? I mean, just bundles of money, couple $100,000 extra, $1 million bucks. Or do you think
several million.
Couple $100,000. No, that won't even get him off the couch.
Yeah. Okay, so you're talking millions. 7 millions.
Double. Yeah. I would probably be like, yo, double my check.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's getting, but I would probably say
he's getting a lot.
He's getting a piece. He's probably getting pay-per-view money, obviously.
But he's getting a lot of money up front too.
I would think he would need at least $3 million.
And he wants to fight, right? Because he wants to get out.
Last fight on his deal.
But
he
he's
wants
got
to
the
be
most leverage he's ever had. So, like, you're going to squeeze, if you do this, you are going to squeeze every dime out of this moment if you're Nate Diaz.
Yeah, it's a big moment, man.
Could you imagine if he squeezed them for double, then goes out there and wins?
Wow. Wow.
Could you imagine?
How the turntable.
This was already, I think, because it was Nate, because it was the prospect and Khamzat, a fight that people obviously wanted to see, despite the fact that Chimaev was a huge favorite and is a huge favorite. But this only kind of adds to the intrigue a little bit if this actually were to go down.
I just don't know how Chimaev, I mean, I don't know if there was like a medical issue, but how could you blow this moment?
Yeah.
That's a big moment. Like, how could you have this opportunity to be such a big favorite and to be, to have this fight against one of the biggest stars in the sport and blow it?
And again, if there
well,
is
as I'm looking on Twitter right now, some people are saying that it's some sort of medical. We don't know it, but I wonder what the medical issue is, because that's a big weight miss. It's a big weight miss, so it either has to be something medically or he just said to hell with it.
But help me understand, if you know you have a medical issue...
Like, that didn't just pop up last night,
exactly. Right? Exactly. What are you doing here? Why? I don't know that I...
Yeah, but I mean, like when... Okay. So when I didn't fight at the... when I didn't wrestle at the Olympic Games, I made the weight, but then my kidneys and stuff shut down. So that was a medical issue that was shown after I got off the scale because I cut the weight so hard. I wonder if maybe it was preventative to not allow for something like that to happen. Because you see something.
Good,
I do. I know. Listen, I'm just trying to throw things out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking. I'm speaking from my experiences. Because you know at times how bad it can get if maybe they say he couldn't have got off the last 8 pounds. I don't know. But that's a lot of weight.
Do you remake the card? I mean, I mean, obviously there's going to be some shuffling that goes on.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this. The card's a nightmare. But there are catchweight bouts all over this card, especially with the ones that are being negotiated in the back room. we got negotiations going up until the 23rd hour. I mean, Norman Dumont freaking Macy Chasson.
Irene Aldana,
Macy Chasson. So there's different opportunities, and there's also a whole bunch of 170-pounders. There's also some 180-pounders.
Are you saying switcheroo?
Dude, I mean, why not? There's 80-pounders on the card. There's a whole bunch of 70-pounders on the card. There's a whole bunch of people. Somebody's going to get left out, though. So somebody, if they do decide to go down that path, gets left out and goes home with a whole bunch of money, but no fight.
All right, this was about, what, 45 minutes ago or so when Khamzat Chimaev stepped to the scale, 8 pounds-ish overweight, misses by a ton.
Yeah.
Scheduled to fight Nate Diaz in the main event of UFC 279 tomorrow. Still waiting to hear if A, the commission allows those two to fight, B, if Nate were to accept it. There's so many I mean, everybody's juggling. There's all kind of balls in the air right now. There's a lot going on. Dumpster fire, whatever you want to call this card there, it is getting shook.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, obviously he wants to get out of his contract, but I couldn't imagine. I mean, there's got to be some type of loophole for him. I couldn't imagine him accepting this fight knowing that they were trying to stick it to him. He was, you know, he was like at a disadvantage anyway.
If weight wasn't already a big talking point coming into this fight, if he wasn't already the massively smaller guy, I mean, maybe we'd be talking about something else here, but that's one of the biggest components, one of the biggest issues Nate is facing is how big and powerful Khamzat already is. You add another, would you say that you thought the difference would be on fight night? 20
I mean,
pounds?
that's it. Well, Khamzat will gain another. I mean, he's not as sucked out, right? So he won't. He'll gain. Yeah, he'll gain another 15 pounds, because he's not as sucked out, right? You gain 20 when you're like completely dry and you put on 2 gallons of water, you know. But I bet he'll weigh 190. I bet he'll weigh 190 tomorrow night, for sure. At least.
For sure.
Dude, there are 112,000 people watching the show right now. It's pretty good.
And you're
good job, Hellcat.
That's good. Well,
just on YouTube.
And you're wearing your
And I'm wearing the
belt.
championship. So I wanted to make sure that the fans, you know, when they return, they see something familiar. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing new for me.
It's been a minute, though. It's been a minute on this show.
In real life. In real life, they've seen me with these belts.
True.
So they ain't never saw you with no belt. So
no.
You know, nobody want to see that shit.
I got some good golf belts. What do we want to see now? So you guys talking about these other guys, right? The other welterweights.
I just don't want. We can't really play matchmaker. We don't want to run. I mean, we can't be out here playing matchmaker.
I mean, we could have fun with it. You could put Khamzat versus Chris Barnett. No.
Oh, no. Here's the
lose.
thing, right? So here's the thing. Khamzat weighed 178 at the weigh-ins. Daniel Rodriguez and Kevin Holland weighed 180. Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson, Li Jingliang all weighed 171. So it's like there's 5 different things, or what, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things to play with. Unfortunately, you're going to end up in the same situation when you end. Because if you match up a whole bunch of dudes, say you do Diaz and someone, Khamzat and someone, D-Rod and someone, you're still going to end up with a guy that weighed 180 and a guy that weighed 171 and a guy that weighed 178. It's all the same.
Someone's going to lose.
Somebody's going to have to fight somebody heavy or not fight at all. If you mix it up.
How does Nate Diaz always find himself in these situations where he has the UFC by the balls?
That's a great
I know, right?
He stepped in on 9 days' notice to fight Conor McGregor.
Indeed.
He got that fight because he beat Michael Johnson. And remember, he's like,
Yeah.
You're taking
He
what
was
I got,
not even in the conversation about Conor McGregor fight.
He made like 40 grand that night or something. And then he goes and fights Conor McGregor for millions, beats him, fights him again for millions. They make up a BMF belt for him.
Yeah,
now he's here, and maybe his swan song, and now he's got all the leverage in the world.
He does it every time.
He's gonna be the richest guy. He's gonna fall backwards into being the richest guy.
What if Tony fought Nate?
Dude, I mean, that would be.
With everything that happened with Kevin Holland and
Khamzat, that's what I'm saying.
So that's a better card than the one they put together.
I know.
You know, sometimes like injuries happen and they get like the replacement fighter better than the original.
But here's the problem with that, right? Even if you did that, say you do Nate and Tony, which would be fun. You did Khamzat and Holland, which would be fun. Still leaves Lee and D-Rod, but both still over, like, D-Rod still weighed 180 and Lee weighed 171. You're still in the same exact situation.
Man, listen, Lee don't want to fight. He just wanted to wear that suit. That's all he wanted to do. That suit on his ass.
I want him to wear that suit. I felt that was.
He looked good.
He did look good. Remember he was about to walk out and they were like, nah, come on back.
They got the hook out.
I think if they get left out, the UFC will make it worth their while. Right?
I mean, what
of course.
D-Rod fought Li Jingliang? Why not?
What if I fought Dean on the undercard?
Yeah, let's do that.
have some fun. Let's go.
I'd pay to see that fight.
I feel like Dean wants to fight Norma Dumont.
No.
A lot of grappling.
All right, so we're gonna know eventually how everything shakes out here. This is, I I mean, we've had some weight misses here on the weigh-in show, but I don't know that we've had...
Not this many, and not this many catch weights.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We haven't had
I mean, how many? We had like 4 missed weights? 4 missed weights.
And 3, now we have 3 catch weights on this card.
I kind of selfishly like days like this because it makes our show more fun. Like, we had like 9 bits and gags and games we were going to do. We're like, no, we have too much
Me and Bisbing, like, love stuff like this because our YouTube go crazy. Like, well, when Charles Oliveira missed weight, it was nuts.
Bad for Saturday.
They're like, yo, money.
Can we start a new drinking game where every time DC mentions his YouTube channel?
It's literally
You're
my
already
most lucrative.
You're going to be conscious if we
It's literally become my most lucrative job.
I believe you because
insane.
you bring it up
It's insane, bro.
all the time. You bring it up a lot.
What? What do I bring up?
Say it again.
No, tell me. What do I bring up?
Say it.
No, you tell me.
No, you tell me.
Just your belts and
belts.
championships.
And then what else?
Titles, your dog, Onyx.
I
by the way,
have a YouTube channel as well, by the way.
Oh yeah, you see, you should drop it more.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. Like, I mean, we're here to not make money, but to like say, hey,
Vote yourself.
After we're done, you know.
It's not about the fighters tomorrow. It's about your side hustle.
It has become not a side hustle.
Front hustle.
A mainstream hustle. Dean, where's your YouTube channel?
I don't have one.
I mean, what's going on?
I don't know. I didn't know that they was, I didn't know I was getting paid like that. I'd have been had a YouTube channel.
Come on, you're the official coach of the UFC.
And I don't have no YouTube channel.
No, you need to get this
I need to get a YouTube channel.
I need to get you on mine.
I know.
We should team up.
That's what I'm saying.
Just go straight OnlyFans. Why bother?
I know, yeah. I want to OnlyFans page.
Goodness. Can we get this show back on the tracks? Because this is crazy.
Hey, who do you think knocked it off the rails to begin with?
Hamza.
You.
It was Hamza.
It was.
No, it was Hamza.
No, it was Hamza.
Well, you guys were talking about the weight difference. Like, Nate's a career lightweight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
There.
Yes.
Like,
That's the problem.
He's kind of up his, he's a bigger lightweight. He's going to probably stay welterweight for a while. Be like kind of up that.
He's
and
not
then
cut much
Hamzat's
to make welterweight.
killing himself to make 170. Normally fights middleweight, and then he misses that weight. Like,
Yeah, dude, it's a big
both
difference.
ends it's getting stacked.
He's a light heavyweight right now. I mean, but
No.
Yeah, like that's a massive exaggeration. It's still middleweight. What are we talking about here? Please, he weighs 178.
Yeah.
I'd love to fight a 178 pounder at a light heavyweight.
I love hyperbole, okay?
I fought Dan Henderson one time at 199, and I was like, you gotta be kidding.
He's half of Chris Barnett.
It's half a Chris Barnett.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? Are we done?
Well,
Like,
we're
1.25
waiting. We're waiting to
over
see
the
if we can have some finality to this moment, since there's so many great people and fans watching the stream
Yeah.
right now, to see if we
Wanna
can
do the
give them
best
an
friends.
answer to what's
I think
happening.
we're just spinning our
UFC
wheels,
279.
waiting to find out if the news comes down.
Yeah.
Right. So
DC, can you get us another? Can we get more Modelo?
am I bothering you up here?
The fact that
No, I
you
want
did
you
first of all-
to. No, I want you to stay with us. I just
Okay.
want another beer because
I'll be back with
I want
beers.
to challenge DC to a.
I'm actually,
drinking it.
guys, like, I mean, it's my baby's birthday today. You know, so
And
I
you're
can't
here
get
with
drunk.
us.
I'm here with you guys. It's my daughter's birthday. She
See
turns
that?
2. Hi, Luna. I love you, sweetie. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Dad misses you.
Oh,
Baby.
such a sweet daddy.
Yes, she is.
You here with us
Every
on your
time I
baby
drink,
birthday?
they
She's
show
the
me
cutest.
on
Hi, Luna. Daddy misses
Well, that's
you.
because they know that it's in a matter of moments you're going to be falling out of your chair.
She's going to be drunk and start. And boy, she is crazy when she's drunk. She says some rude stuff.
Anyone else?
Laura is a locker room person.
DC, you want to do a little chug off?
No.
he got in trouble. Connor
Remember, Connor said I was drunk.
Oh, that's right.
Everybody
yeah.
attacked me.
We'll
Yeah.
chug it, we'll just sit.
Connor called him out.
Like gentlemen that we are.
Look at his finger. Look at his finger. He's so cool.
oh,
He bougie, huh?
Bougie, yeah.
That's so
Feel the fighting
bougie.
spirit go down my throat.
Dude, Modelo in the morning, there's nothing better.
Really?
I used to think Bloody Mary was it. Modelo in the morning.
Hey.
When it's football season, you can start drinking
yeah,
at
well,
9 because that's when the games start on the West Coast.
Oh! You see that? You see that, D?
Already.
It's already ready, D.
Already.
D, it's already ready. Look,
me get that
it's
up.
already ready. I mean, it's done. The team is just the team on
They
the
be
ball.
working fast,
They on the ball.
They
Right?
be-
You were the one
One
putting kick
second,
batter
now, 1 second.
in Hamzat's food.
100%.
You were the one doing it for your clicks.
Garcon.
You made him miss weight for the clicks.
Garcon.
Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy.
What do you want to see, DC?
What do I want to see?
Yeah, what do you want to see?
I want to see the fight I showed up here for.
Right?
I want to see Nate Diaz
But
fight
now-
Hamzat Chimaev. That's what I want to see. I want to see Nate Hamzat.
You still.
That's what I showed up
But
for.
still,
It's what I want to see.
Yeah,
You
okay.
asked what I want to see.
I'm gonna burp again.
You asked what I want to see. What?
I
We
tell you,
came in for a reason,
Yeah,
right?
I want to see that fight. And honestly, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Nate still took it because he wanted to get out of the contract. But Nate also comes from a generation
Dudes fighting.
where,
they just fight.
where you fight no weight classes, you don't care about that stuff. That's the school that he was brought up in. And It may not be a big of a deal to him, the weight, as much as we think it is, more so the principle of it.
Exactly.
I think it's the principle.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to play the game because I think the weight doesn't. He don't care. He's like, I don't care. I'll fight anybody.
And it's also in that rare situation where like wins and losses don't affect his buy rates, doesn't affect his popularity, doesn't affect the matchmaking. Like he can win or lose and no one cares. Like, he's that guy. I wish that was the case for everybody.
We're gonna figure me.
And another weigh-in show first. We've drank all the beer.
Really?
Have we really?
Yeah, this is it.
Oh,
well, Helly's got 3 of them.
I know. Look at him.
Drink it.
Helly's like nervous. He doesn't know what's happening. See, a guy like Dan Helly, he loves like things in order, right? Like this, like he writes his script, he writes his everything. Everything's off the rails now, so he's got about 7 pages of script that he's not using.
I don't have scripts.
Oh, whatever you have.
Scripts. I like to go by the rules. I like an outline. When I play golf, I like to keep score. I like it to be the real score. I don't like to cheat. I don't use foot wedges. DC and I are very different in that way.
What's a foot
He disrespectful, bro.
Yeah, this is very.
I played with Michael Eaves yesterday. He's better than me, so whatever.
Is Eaves better than me?
He's way better than me.
Way?
Way. He's like a +4 handicap.
Oh, well, then, yeah, he is way better.
Yeah, so shut up.
+4?
Can we play one more of those games? We got a whole bunch of games. Like, we play one game.
How much does this affect Khamzat moving forward? Like, he was the preordained #1 contender at welterweight. We're like, oh, him versus Usman might be the guy to do it. Like, this was just like just him killing time before he fought for the title.
This is worst case scenario.
Is it worst case scenario, or does he fight? Does this fight go off and everybody forgets?
Well, here's the beauty. Here's the beauty.
Light heavyweight and lowers world.
Here's the beauty in it. Like, and it's like sometimes things kind of work out, right? So, again, weighed 178. If Kevin Holland goes, and who is known to fight anyone, goes, I'll fight this dude. Then after the press conference yesterday, it kind of works.
I kind of like that.
It actually kind of works.
It's basically just round 2 of what happened yesterday.
But it would be tremendous, honestly.
But
if they said Kevin Holland versus Khamzat versus Kevin Holland, we get the payoff. And you also believe at this point in his career, Kevin Holland would present more problems for Khamzat than Nate. You would think so.
Yeah.
And then you say, like Laura said, you go, hey, what about Nate? You and Tony fight each other. But then Nate could, then you put Nate in a position where Nate went from being a +800 underdog to a fight with Tony where Nate's probably the favorite.
He's the favorite in that fight.
Those are 2 better fights than the original.
And you could still have D-Rod fight the Leech. Why
Would
not?
the Leech fight D-Rod that heavy?
Probably not.
So then the Leech would ultimately be the winner because the Leech would get paid more.
Yeah, D-Rod could weigh whatever tomorrow. I mean, there's a precedent for that.
They could put a cap on his weight. Yep. So let me see.
More than whatever. We've done that before.
Bring out the whiteboard. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that happening.
Are we remaking
Are we making a fight card?
The fight card.
Khamzat versus Holland.
He's building a thumbnail for the next YouTube video.
Yep.
On the,
Let's go. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Nate.
So Hamzat right now, by the way, the numbers have changed a little bit, is minus 950, Nate's plus 650.
See, that's crazy because honestly, when you miss weight, if the fight goes forward, isn't it like 70% of the time the guy that misses weight wins?
Yeah, they win the vast majority. It should go up.
Yeah, right.
So DC, here we go. Here's DC's fight card.
So this is a hypothetical. He's not breaking news, just FYI.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
I know, right? Yeah.
He isn't the third matchmaker, right?
This is DC. This is DC's new UFC 279. Here we go.
Okay.
Hamzat versus Holland.
Now, who walks out first?
No, but listen. Hamzat versus Holland. I messed up. No.
That's the main event?
I'm putting the main event as Nate versus Tony.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm putting Nate versus Tony. I'm putting Nate versus Tony as the main event. 5 rounds.
5 rounds.
5 rounds, main event. Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. I'm putting Hamzat versus Holland as a 3-round co-main event because Kevin Holland just took this fight very recently. And if Holland had a full-on camp, I would make them go 5 rounds.
I think that makes all the sense in the world.
And then I'm going the Leech versus D-Rod, 3rd fight from the top, and I believe that we have a fight card that still does well on pay-per-view.
I love this so much.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Tony trained for a 3-rounder.
But here's the deal. But it's Tony Ferguson. He's an OG. He can go 5 rounds if he needs to. But here's the deal. That's another part of Hamzat's punishment. You don't headline the card anymore. You're
could not agree more.
100%.
You're the co-main event now. You don't get to headline the card.
But we still have to figure out if it was a real medical issue because, like, if it was a legit medical issue and he had no control over this, then it would be kind of bad to
Did
punish
it look like he had
Nah, but you still got to punish him.
It didn't look like
You still got to punish him. You still got to punish him.
Sometimes that medical issue is like, I really am
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
yeah. That medical issue is,
I don't like this.
I don't want to do this.
I have a medical condition called lazy. But I mean, and you can find a quack doctor to be like, oh yeah, get Dr. Nick from The Simpsons.
Your heart's racing, you're dizzy, your hearing feels weird. Oh, by the way, that is what cutting weight feels like.
Yeah.
But it's
all real.
also a medical condition.
I've been really hungry the last 2 days. I think something's wrong.
And guys, and if you do Hamzat versus Holland, then Hamzat didn't miss weight. He's still smaller because Kevin weighed in at 180. So now you.
But I would question whether Kevin would take this fight because
Kevin will take the fight.
Because he's been
avoiding. He was gonna fight him for free yesterday.
But he's been avoiding wrestlers. It seems to be like he's been trying to get away from that because he's lost to so many of them in a row.
Yeah, I think given the moment though.
If you're Holland and you lose to Hamzat, you lose nothing.
Nothing.
Exactly.
If you beat him, all of a sudden you're on a rocket ship.
Nobody has anything to lose in this matchup other than Hamzat. He's the only one with anything to lose.
Yep. Hamzat's the only one with something to lose. Look at that. Look at that white.
Lost some weight. I'm sorry. That was bad. Bad time.
No.
Let me see. What's this?
This card went nuts.
My thing said Daniel Cormier thinks he's a matchmaker. That was what my under thing said. Can you believe these guys disrespect me like that in the truck?
Why you get so
It's everywhere, D.
Man? Why?
Look at that.
This? Why
they do it everywhere, man. These people disrespect the UFC, man. But watch. Look at that. Tell me you don't press the buy button on that.
Screenshot that and send it to Hunter and Sean and
I'm definitely.
Smart. Here, hold over here.
I really hope the UFC uses that the official poster tomorrow. Like that's up on the marquee and all the graphics.
Yeah. There's just like a little arrow.
Out of order, switcheroo.
We met this one on
There's
top.
a picture of DC like
that.
That's
what I'm saying. DC's got to be in it.
He has to be holding it
with the belt on,
with his YouTube URL underneath. That's the official poster of UFC 279.
DC, can you hold it up and smile for us after you send that?
Someone take this away.
Well, I'm just sending it I just sent it to the matchmakers and Dana, and I said you're welcome.
Drink it faster.
Well, they may have this on right now. You never know. All right, DC, hold it up one more time.
One more time.
Hold it up to see if we can.
Okay.
Hold it up here. All right.
That's
ceremonial weigh-ins coming up this afternoon, and it's going to be far more interesting than normal. Still waiting to find out how things shake out with this UFC 279 card because likely things could be changing after Hamzat Chimaev and several others missed weight. For Laura Sanko, RJ Clifford, Dean Thomas, the double champ Daniel Cormier, I'm Dan Hellie. Thank you, everybody, for watching all over the world. What a fun show it was today. Saturday night, UFC 279 from Vegas. This is the UFC Weigh-In Show presented by Modelo. Thanks for rolling with us again, everybody.
Sportul de înaltă performanță este.
Hi, everyone. Let me turn this off so you don't hear double of that. Hi, everyone. My name is Luke Thomas. It is currently 7 p.m. or so East Coast time right here on the 9th of September. I come to you now with breaking news. Not that breaking, broke about an hour or so ago, but we want to do a live reaction now. As a reminder, BC is in Atlantic City. He's doing Showbox tonight. So here I am giving you this live breaking news update about UFC 279. And as a reminder, join me right here tomorrow on Morning Combat, right after the fights are over. I will have a post-fight show for you as well right then and there. And of course, you can subscribe to the channel if you'd be so kind for tomorrow's show. For any kind of sake related to Morning Combat, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. You know the drill. All right, let's get right to it. Not a moment to waste. Here's how this goes. UFC 279 has had a lot of changes. Let me start with make sure that everything is good. Yeah, here we go. Let me start with the biggest part of the update first. Should be might be a little loud. Turn it down just a second. There we are. All right. 3 new fights, but the same 6 fighters related to UFC 279. Here's what it was previously. It was in your main event, Nate Diaz obviously taking on Khamzat Chimaev. In your co-main event, it was Tony Ferguson taking on the Leech, Li Jingliang. And then it was another welterweight contest between Kevin Holland and Daniel Rodriguez. All 6 are still on the card, but now everything is kind of flipped around. Here's what I mean. What you had was this morning, Khamzat Chimaev missing weight by 7.5 pounds. We will get to that in just a second. We talked about it live on MK this morning as it happened, but I have some further thoughts on it. Secondly, you had the situation between Holland and Rodriguez. Remember, Rodriguez took the fight on short notice, so they bumped it up to a catchweight contest closer to about 180 pounds. So, the UFC had some choices to make. Li Jingliang weighed in at the welterweight limit, as did Tony, as did Nate. Khamzat closer to 180, obviously, and the other 2 were already closer to 180. So they shuffled it in the following order. Your new UFC 279 main event is Nate Diaz taking on Tony Ferguson. Yes, your co-main event. By the way, a 5-round co-main event, according to a UFC press release that I received just prior to going live. Khamzat Chimaev taking on Kevin Holland. Kind of noteworthy since those 2 had a bit of a dust-up that not by itself, but ultimately helped contribute to the cancellation of the UFC 279 press conference. And then last but not least, the Leech is still on the card. He will be taking on Daniel Rodriguez. It's funny, I saw some odds come out already. Let me see if I can check them out here. Related to the new matchups. Remember, Nate Diaz, or excuse me, I should say Khamzat, when he was fighting Nate Diaz, was like a roughly minus 1,000 or more favorite. I saw some people saying he should be a minus like 2,000. He was obviously like a tremendous, tremendous favorite. Listen to these odds now. Nate Diaz taking on Tony Ferguson. Caesars, our friends at Caesars, have it as a minus plus 115. Excuse me, what am I saying, a minus plus? For Nate Diaz, they have him as a plus 115. For Tony Ferguson, a minus 135. They have Diaz as a slight favorite. So the first thing you want to notice about this contest, it is eminently more competitive, right? The odds by itself don't necessarily say that. You already know that to be true, but this kind of reflects the narrowing of the gap here. Remember, it didn't really make a whole lot of sense that Nate Diaz was fighting the number 2 guy in the world. The story, of course, is that he tried to fight Tony, tried to fight Chandler, tried to fight Poirier, tried to fight Luque, any number of other fighters. UFC didn't want it. And so they went to them with Chimaev. I'm told that was very surprising to the UFC, but they loved the idea. And then they took it and ran with it, and here we go. He was using it to get out from the UFC, but it didn't really make a lot of sense for a guy that senior, that, frankly, he's kind of old, 37 for fighting, certainly on the older side, let's put it that way, fighting the number 2 guy in the world. That just didn't, it's like, wow, that's a real big leapfrog. That could actually get kind of dangerous. You don't see UFC odds at minus 1,000 very often. You saw them there. Now you got a much more competitive fight. In your co-main event, it actually worked out more competitive in that direction as well. Khamzat Chimaev taking on Kevin Holland. Again, our friends at Caesars have Chimaev at about a -500. They've got Kevin Holland at a +380. So it's still about where Chimaev is sort of heavily favored. But you have to love this contest because Holland was already much bigger in weight by virtue of not having to cut to the normal welterweight limit because he was already ready for the catch weight. So now he takes on an opponent who is, I think, a little bit closer in size, so to speak. I still think Chimaev will be the bigger, stronger dude. I mean, he is favored for probably good reason. But you get, again, a somewhat more competitive bout. I think, is Holland ranked at welterweight? I don't know if he's ranked. Let's see. Let me pull it up here live in real time. I don't think Holland is ranked, but he's going to be closer to that sort of 16 to 20 space. Certainly, I should say, yes, he'll be closer to that 16 to 20 space than Tony or Nate were. So, or wherever they ended up sitting. Obviously, they only show you the top 15, but you get the idea. He was much closer to that space. This is a much more difficult fight, relatively speaking, for Khamzat, even if I grant that he is the deserving favorite. Then, of course, the Leech is the one that has to take the biggest ask here because his opponent, Daniel Rodriguez, might be a tougher fight than Tony Ferguson. We don't quite know that to be true, but that seems like not an unfair assumption, number one. Number two, Rodriguez is taking the fight on short notice, so he's still dealing with a lot, but he only had to make the catch weight limit this morning to face off against Holland. The Leech made it all the way down to, I think, 171. So he's going to have to fight a guy who's a little bit bigger. This is going to be a catchweight bout of 180. Now, of course, he can rehydrate to his heart's content, and so can Rodriguez. So he's taking on an opponent with a bit of a lesser name who might be tougher, who's also bigger. The Leech is the one in this particular case who is having to take the brunt of the biggest portion of the change. That is unfortunate, although you can make the case that Khamzat has to take a big change and a giant L for the way everything has gone by virtue of losing his main event spot, still retaining the co-main event spot, but then sort of the stigma that comes with everything that happened here. It won't soon be forgotten. I said this on MK today. I remember when Khabib Nurmagomedov had to pull out of the fight, went to the hospital right before taking on, I was there for this, right before taking on Tony Ferguson, and that was supposed to be, I believe that was going to be the co-main. Maybe it was the main of the co-main. It was on the card. It was also Wonder Boy and, I believe Wonder Boy and Woodley. But the point I want to make was that I got news of that live on the air that Friday, so we had to react to it live on the air, and there was a while there where Khabib didn't live down some of the damage from that. Now, of course, if he comes out and has a big win subsequently, people will factor that in as well, but not a great day for Khamzat Chimaev. Here's the part about the Chimaev thing that just blows my mind. I want to talk more about the main event in just a second, and of course, I have seen your questions. We're going to get to them here. We're going to go through them. The thing about the Chimaev one that kind of blows me away is they said what it was a medical issue. Okay, here's the thing, though. He has a medical issue that prevented him from either losing or continuing to cut the weight. We don't really know what that is. Could be some kind of, internal bodily function issue. Could be a sprained ankle. Who the hell knows? No one really knows exactly what that is. So it's a medical issue that prevented him from getting even close to cutting the appropriate amount of weight. And yet, on the other hand, he was cleared to still fight in a 5-round contest. I mean, I guess if they were going to clear him to make you might be like, well, that's what he was supposed to be in anyway, right? But he couldn't make the weight due to a medical issue, and he's still going to be in a 5-round contest? Like, what is that medical issue that is so limiting that he can't even get close to the weight, yet so not limiting that they would still sanction him to fight and sanction him to fight in a 5-round contest? I would love to know more about what that situation is. I can't even imagine. It's really hard to imagine what that could be, how you can be both at the same time, but that's Nevada, so he's got a license to fight, and there it is. A strange one, to be clear, but that main event, dude, Nate Diaz's fortunes. I mean, you got to be, and Tony's fortunes too, to be honest. It's a more winnable fight for Nate relative to facing Khamzat. It's a much more winnable fight for Tony relative to facing the Leech, if I'm being honest. I think this, not to dismiss either guy in either direction, but the Leech is a ranked guy at 170 pounds. I think he's number 14. Yep, he's sitting at number 14. He is a tough fight for Tony. We don't really know what to expect, having gone to Jackson Wink and up a weight class. I know he's fought previously at welterweight, but more recently moving up to 170. It's really hard to know coming off a devastating knockout loss. It'll be an action